We've waited long enough. We will not start the draft summary yet, but it appears my co-caster is probably muted. That's unfortunate. That is unlucky.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let that bit go on.
Yeah, okay. Thank God.
Yeah, you're welcome. It was getting too awkward. I had to do something.
All right. Oh wait, I have to make sure I know where this. I lost my mouse. I lost my mouse cursor. Where is it?
Did you lose your mouse cursor?
Oh no, wait. I got it. Hold up. Wait, where's it's going?
Oh my God.
What's up, chat?
Dude.
Wait, hold up.
This is still insane. Like, I literally was watching you do this yesterday.
Hold up.
I was literally watching you do this yesterday, and it's still fucking insane to me.
I'm doing the dancing toothless. What's the other move? They go like.
Does that mean I'm the one in the bush that's giving the thumbs up right now?
All right.
We still got 2 minutes before we start.
You got 2 minutes?
Yeah. We got time. You can keep dancing to your heart's content.
Wait, did I loop the song? But I totally didn't. That's a vibe shift.
Damn.
Well, if we're still dancing.
Look, I forgot Hiccup's name for a second, okay? Leave me alone. Dude, this is insane. Truly, the world has been changed today.
My microphone's right here. The fuck? You guys like my shirt?
Yeah, everybody's talking about it.
The shirt's pretty
crazy. About the fit. Dude, the shirt goes crazy. This is a cat stream now.
Yeah, apparently. Okay, what time is it?
It's 4. Well, for me, it's 4. It's 7 for you.
That means it's officially time.
All right. God. I just want to let you guys all know that I'm doing this for you and not for me.
That's a lie.
That is a lie. I just want to talk about Pokemon for a while.
I'll try and pull chat up on the monitor reviewer. Also,
yeah.
let me make it clear to chat. I do not have a green screen, so this is extremely scuffed.
Yeah, but it's pretty great.
The tunes are now at a serviceable level.
Do you remember when I used to do these streams? I had no music, no anything. We just had a PowerPoint and a dream.
You had a PowerPoint, and half of the stream was covered up by followers and chat.
Well, yeah. The chat was transparent, though. I like that.
The chat was transparent, but the follower goal took up the solid 1/3 of the bottom of your screen.
I don't regret my actions.
Anyways. Chat.
No, guys, this is not a PNG.
Gamers of the Discord. Welcome to the ODL draft summary. No.
An extensive review of how we feel about your teams. Oh shit.
We have a visitor. We have a visitor.
I didn't even
Oh my
notice
god.
that part. What the fuck?
Oh my god. Oh my goodness. The visitors are here upon us. Say hello, Claude Sire.
Dude, when the fuck did you have time to do this?
See, there is some little secrets in this draft, in this draft presentation that
I have not been paying attention
even
to what
my
you've been doing for the past couple of hours.
co-caster does not know about, and that is fantastic for me.
Oh, it's great.
Anyways, before we get started, I would like to tell you a little bit about our hosts today. Yeah. Host of today's stream.
Yeah.
So you got me, Josh Thelonnius Riley, as you see here. Gamer beyond compare. Incredible, incredible jawline. Genius level intellect. And basically just a shittier version of Ted Nivison. That is me. Hello, chat.
Yeah. I really do appreciate the picture really shows your jawline out well.
Allow me to sit here as we introduce our next host, Cuthbert CrystalKel Cudge. Now, as you can see, season 1 champion, incredible work, honestly.
And just, I really did put in my best effort.
You really did. I mean, I haven't even seen it yet, but I know you did. I know you did. Bullies kids in fighting games. We already know this.
Every
Mario?
day. And I'll
This one's a
fucking
bit-
do
this
it
one's a
again, too.
This one's a bit controversial. Mario Party Island Tour supporter.
That's a lie.
Do you want to talk about
That's a
that?
lie. I'm being slandered. I fucking hate that game.
It's very strange that, like, here on this official document, it says that you support the worst
That is
Mario,
not an official
Mario
document.
Party
That
game.
is you writing bullshit.
And it says here not to ask you about the incident.
No, dude, you shouldn't even brought that up.
Well, anyways, we've wasted enough time. Let's get on to the draft. Now, the draft was split up into 2 divisions, and we'll be covering those divisions separately. This is bad. This is like, my legs keep cutting out. We will be covering those divisions separately. Also, there's probably a lot of, what's that word when it's like, I'm so sorry, chat. I'm so sorry. That was probably really hard to listen to. I apologize. That probably
Dude,
hurt your ears.
You motherfucker.
Probably. Anyways, let's move on. For first, the Ruby Division. As you can see here, all the teams, all 16 teams. I'll get out of the way so you can read the other side as well. As you can see here, chat. As you can see here.
Oh my god. Josh, someone believed you.
What do you mean they believed me?
On my name.
Well, yeah, that's your name. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you're right.
I mean,
How could I forget?
are we lying now? Are we lying that that's not your name?
Yes, I've been lying this
I've known
entire
you-
time.
I've
I
known
didn't
you
win
since-
season 1.
I've known you since middle school. I know your name. Like, I wouldn't get that wrong.
Yeah, you would totally dox me on your stream, right?
But, anyways, let's get right into it with the first team of the night. Star U City Spinners.
From our good friend Dan, aka Casual Player. Okay.
So I don't know why
Josh,
it's
do you want to
coming
give
up
your
my feed.
thoughts first?
Yeah, I would love to
Before-
give my I would absolutely love to give my thoughts first on all of these, honestly. I think that's probably a safe bet because
Fair
I
enough.
probably have far less to say. This Pokemon right here, this Pokemon right here, very funny. Extremely funny. This Pokemon right here, this Pokemon right here, Doug Dimmadome, that's all I'm going to say. This Pokemon I've never seen in my life. Is that Ogerpon?
Yeah, it's Ogerpon, dude.
How does it do that?
It puts on a fucking mask. That's it.
Is that its gimmick? Wait, this is like
Yeah,
actually me.
Puts
Is
on
that its
different
gimmick?
masks to change its type, dude.
And I drafted the one that doesn't change?
Yeah, you drafted the basic grass one.
Why did I draft the lame shit? What?
Well,
Okay,
because
whatever.
it's probably still better than the fucking rock one.
Oh. Getting Getting heated this early into the stream,
we'll
chat. Getting
we'll
heated
get there.
this
We'll
early
get
into the
there. Keep
stream.
going. I'm not gonna say anything more.
Golbat. Why is that there? That's probably just
Golbat's
like
a hype pick.
I don't know
No.
about that.
Golbat's hype. Don't hate. That's probably the best Pokemon on this team.
Now, I didn't even know Electrode has a Hisuian variant. I didn't even know that. Is it faster than the normal one, or just...
It's the same. It's literally the same stats, except it's part grass now.
So why? Why does it do that? Why is it part grass? Let me turn the fan off before it, like, makes it impossible to listen to this.
It's, Anybody else got an answer for that?
There's only two.
There's
Only two of us here. There's only two of us here. Don't
asking
deflect.
chat.
Don't deflect. Let's talk about this.
Okay.
I wish I could read chat. Reading chat's gonna be on you.
All right. Yeah, I'm reading chat.
Because
I've got
I'm
it right
so
here.
far from my monitor.
Yeah.
Anyways, I like Silvally. I think it's a funny Pokemon. Looking at this, looking at Blood Moon Ursaluna, it makes me think this is a Trick Room team. Am I correct in thinking that?
I mean, I'd be shocked if it wasn't. But at the same time, like, why is everything on this team so weak if it was?
I have to reach over. Everything, like, over here is telling me Trick Room. It's telling me Trick Room.
Yeah.
But I feel like we have a bunch of Trick Room teams in this draft, do we not?
Yeah, we do.
I feel like we have a bunch of Trick Room teams, which is honestly very funny. Extremely funny.
Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah, I mean, there is definitely a lot of Trick Room. But I wasn't expecting for you to get into, like, the insightful part of this.
Oh, my bad. I'm just the funny guy, huh? I can't think. I'm not allowed to think.
Okay, shut
Go
the
on to your
fuck
part.
up. You know what I meant. God damn it. I'm going to slap you one of these days.
It's your turn.
Oh, is it my turn to talk now? Am I allowed to speak to the people? Okay. So, yeah, I mean, this team is just very weird to me, right? Because I feel like a lot of the Pokemon on the team don't really have any synergy with each other.
I agree.
Because... What?
I agree.
Yeah. So, because, like, if it was Trick Room, then I would have preferred that the Pokemon that were taken were slower, right? Because, like, all the other slow Pokemon aren't really super strong. Like, you've got Ursaluna, Blood Moon, and Reuniclus. But, like, if it's just Trick Room as, like, a thing to do in the back, then that's fine, right? Because, honestly, it shouldn't really be your main option anyways. But I think the bigger overall issue with this team is that the type coverage is horrific and, like, one of the worst I've ever seen. Like, on the sheet here, if you look at this team's matchup against Ice, it has 5 Ice weaknesses across the board with 1 quad weakness in Toedscruel, and the only resistance is Mega Gyarados, which isn't even a resistance before it Mega Evolves. And if you're using Mega Gyarados, you don't want it to be switching into moves. You want it to be cleaning up with Dragon Dance late game. So so having an ice switch in feels impossible for this team unless you're forcing Silvally to constantly be an ice resist every single time, and that's just not a good way to use Silvally, in my opinion.
See, I'm not gonna lie. I forgot that Silvally was like mini Arceus. I forgot that.
Yeah. Well.
That's why you're here.
Yep. Yeah.
That's why you're here. Anyways. Next
I mean, that's the main thing. Yeah.
Where do you think? So Ice is this team's biggest threat?
Yes.
What do you think this team's biggest strength is?
Its biggest strength, I feel, is definitely the pivots. I think the team has a lot of really good pivots that allow it to switch in and out, but it's going to require good play, right? Because, you know, you've got Galarian Slowking, which is an amazing pivot. You've got Uxie and Silvally to pivot around. Like, Silvally's Parting Shot is great. And overall, like, the team is very good at being able to switch out, but ironically enough, the team is very bad at switching in. And so it's gonna require good play on Dan's part to be able to safely get Pokemon in order to set up advantageous scenarios.
And do you believe in Dan?
Dan
Next
did
team,
make
next
playoffs
team,
last
next
season.
team,
Oh, fuck.
next team.
I said I believed in him. What the fuck? That's fucked up, dude. I'm saying Dan made playoffs last season, so
Galaxy's
I believe it.
team, the Parallel Palkia Palaces.
Oh yeah, the 6 bug weaknesses is also really bad.
For the last team?
Yeah, for Dan's
Hold
team, it has 6 bug weaknesses, but it's not
Is it
as
actually?
bad because it does have 2 quad resistances. Yeah.
Oh my god, it does.
Yeah, it has 6 bug weaknesses. Which, for a team
Next
that likes
team!
pivoting a lot,
Next
is not good.
team!
Yeah, I don't want to shit on him too
Next
bad. Let's move on.
team!
Alright, so
Alright.
this was a team that I actually helped build.
One of
Not
many.
entirely.
One of many.
Okay, one of many. But I did not completely build this team. There was plenty of input from Galaxy when making this team.
So
But
I'm
I
gonna
wanna
give my
let you-
thoughts.
Yeah.
I like this Pokemon. This Pokemon right here. You can't even see my arm. This Pokemon right here. Why is it consuming my arm every time? This Pokemon in my hand. Incineroar. Love that Pokemon. Caesar. Also, big fan. Big fan of Caesar.
Mm-hmm.
The Ditto pick is interesting.
I think Ditto's really good in drafts and very funny.
When you think about it, what? 2 of the Pokemon on this team pretend to be other Pokemon half the time.
Yep.
Which I find very, very funny. I think it's a funny mechanic.
It's great.
Great Tusk. Great Tusk. Don't know much about it. Everyone seems to hate it. Don't know much about it.
It's just... Oh, right. Yeah, sorry. This is your turn. My bad.
Oh. Please, comment.
Oh, no. No, don't worry about it. I'll get to it.
Okay.
Fuck.
Mega. I can't even tell which one that is.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep it together for an entire stream, dude. I'm going to be real. I don't know.
I don't even know what Mega this is. I know it's Latios or Latios, but I can't tell which one.
It's Latios.
Okay. Then I like it more. Because I don't like Latios as much.
Dude, back the fuck up from the screen. Good lord.
Back up from the screen. That was like 2 minutes ago. Come on. Okay.
Yeah, I know. I can only see you when I watch your stream.
That's so true. That's so true. Celebi. Celebi's a funny Pokemon, and I'll let you comment on that more later.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, I think this team is reasonably funny, and that's all I can really judge. But
I mean, Comfy's pretty funny.
it's reasonably funny. That's what I said. I mean, this is a pretty funny team.
Yeah, it's a pretty funny team.
Now, how about competitively? Let's hear.
Okay, competitively. So the idea behind this team is that it's built around 2 different type cores. You've got the Fighting, Psychic, and Dark core with Great Tusk, Mega Latios, and Incineroar. And you've got the Fire, Water, Grass core with Incineroar, Swampert, and Celebi. So the idea is that because Galaxy is somewhat new to competitive, I wanted to build a strong, like, fundamental team, right? And so the idea behind that was, you know, making a team that covers a lot of different types all at once without being particularly weak to anything. And I think for that, Galaxy and I did a pretty good job. The only thing is that this team's only flying resistance is Jolteon, which isn't great, but generally Scizor can switch into most flying attacks and generally be fine, so I'm not super worried about that. Otherwise, this team does feature a lot of pivoting. Volt Switch from Jolteon, Flip Turn from Swampert, and U-Turn on Zoroark, Scizor, Incineroar, which also has Parting Shot, Comfy, and Celebi.
Parting Shot's huge.
So,
Parting
yeah,
Shot's
Parting
huge.
Shot is big. Parting Shot is a very, very good move. And I think this team is set up very well to where it can constantly keep outputting offensive pressure by using moves like U-turn and parting shot, and put themselves in scenarios where they can just set up and win. With either Zoroark or like Calm Mind Megalodios or Nasty Plot Celebi or Swords Dances or something like that.
Okay, so where does Ditto come in?
So the idea with Ditto is that it's a fail-safe, right? Where if they make a misplay, Ditto can switch in and counter like a powerful setup sweeper, like a Swords Dance sweeper with Choice Scarf or whatever. And so, admittedly, Ditto was more of just like a favorite pick for Galaxy more than anything, but I think Ditto in Draft League is pretty nice to have just because it covers a lot of different like potential bad matchups from Pokemon that can just sweep your team.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Does Transform copy stat changes?
Yes.
That's busted.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
What?
Uh-huh.
Wait, what? That's insane.
Yep.
Okay. It's less of a funny pick than I thought. It's still very funny. But I didn't think it was actually going to be very competitive. That's kind of cool.
It's a nice insurance policy for making sure you don't just get swept by something.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. I didn't even think of that. Anything else you have to say about this team?
Shedinja's kind of a meme, but that's fine.
We all knew.
Yeah.
Give it Sandstorm. Give it Sandstorm, by the way. It's a broken move. It makes it so that it can't be hit.
Sandstorm.
It ups its evasion. It makes it so it can't be hit.
Yeah. The well-known Shedinja ability, Sand Veil.
Yeah. Anyways,
that's all I have to say about this team. I think it's very solid.
I agree. I think this team, unfortunately, Dan, you're the first person to get compared to. I think this team beats Dan's team.
Well, yeah.
Unfortunately. We love Dan.
It is what it is. No, Dan's funny. Dan will surpass the limitations of his team.
Ooh. Xerneas Xylograph. This team actually made me learn a new word. I did not know that Xylograph meant like a wooden engraving. I did not know that.
I didn't know that either, so I learned something new today.
That was a very enjoyable for me.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Anyways, Greninja, Protean nerf, right?
Yeah, Protean's been nerfed.
It's
only once per switch in.
It doesn't get Battle Bond. Greninja, I feel here is more of a passion play than anything else. Maybe I'm incorrect. Maybe I don't know the secret Greninja tech.
I mean, it's definitely worse, right? Like, it's definitely a lot worse than it used to be, but Protean Greninja isn't bad. It can definitely put in work. It's just a little bit more specific now.
Yeah, Garchomp, I like to see. I like to see Garchomp.
Oh, that's my boy.
I love to see Garchomp. Sylveon.
Also pretty great. We love Sylveon here.
I also love Sylveon. Not sure how. I mean, third round. This is in pick order, right?
Yeah, this is in pick
order.
Third
round Sylveon. I don't know how I'm feeling, but Sylveon in general.
Yeah,
cool.
that might be a bit much, but like if you need a fairy type, fairies go off the board really quickly. So you generally.
I found that out.
You sure did. Yes,
I found that out.
I do not have a fairy type
on my team. I do not have a fairy type Pokemon on my team.
Yeah, you got to get your fairies quickly, or else they're all going to be gone. Or at least the good ones. You don't want to be stuck with Gramble.
I love Roserade. Roserade is great. And you can check whether or not I'm consistent, because I made a tier list of all Pokemon on my Twitter.
Oh, we're bringing out the tier list? Oh, no.
But I love Roserade. I love Lucario. I hate this thing.
You hate Thundurus?
I hate this thing.
Why?
This thing is so ugly. His arms are so disproportionate to the rest of his body. I hate this guy.
Yeah.
Coming down here to the bottom row. Aegislash. Love Aegislash. Entei. Huge fan. Rotom Frost, I don't think I've ever seen. I didn't even know it was a fridge until, like, right now.
Yeah, it's a
Veluza,
fridge, dude.
I hate this Pokemon. I was playing random battles with Orca like a few days ago. They use this move called Fillet Away, and it swept my
you
team.
got swept by Veluza.
And it swept my team.
You got swept by fucking Veluza. That's
hate
so
this
funny.
Pokemon. Hate this Pokemon.
Holy shit.
Lycanroc Midnight,
God.
though. Lycanroc Midnight, that's a good Pokemon. That's a cool Pokemon. Edgy. They're doing like they're the full moon werewolf. There we go. Anyways, I like this team. I don't think this team is
Dude, I'm still not
Has
over
any
the fact
glaring
that you got swept by
weaknesses?
fucking Veluza.
Okay. Well, let's go on next. Okay, let's go next.
That's so funny to me.
Okay. Well, let's get your commentary. Okay.
Okay, all right. I'll lock in.
Let's get your commentary.
Dude, you better cry. Okay, no. Focus. I have to give actual commentary here. So I think that this team is actually very solid, like across the board. Much like what I said about Galaxy, this team does cover a lot of different typings, and because of that, its type matchups across the board are very solid. It even has like a Ghost Resist, which is usually like pretty difficult to get in general. Even if it's Greninja, which isn't like the thing you want to be switching into like anything, but overall, I mean, the type matchups across the board are very, very good. There's a pretty equal amount of power on both sides. Like, you've got multiple physical and special attackers, and like very powerful ones at that. And like the bulk is pretty good too. The main thing I will say is that outside of like Tank Chomp and fully defensive Aegislash, the team's physical bulk is a little weak, but that's more of a nitpick than anything. And also, I don't like that the only like real consistent ground switch in is Thundurus Therian, especially for a team with 4 ground weaknesses. I really would have liked, maybe something else as backup. And no, I don't count Rotom Frost as a backup because that thing, no. That doesn't count. I would not be relying on Blizzard to punish ground types for clicking Earthquake. But other than those like slight nitpicks, I really like this team. I think in general, like, this is very powerful. Like, they've got a good amount of hazard users too. They don't have many hazard removers though, and the hazard removers they do have are also supposed to be the ground switching. So I'm a little worried that Thundurus Therian is going to be doing too much on this team, because Thundurus Therian is also probably the best pure sweeper on the team as well. And except for Veluza. So
Shut up.
But yeah, no, I like this team. I like it a lot, and I'm excited to see what is done with it.
I agree. I just don't ever want to see that fish actually see the light of day. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Veluza's kind of weird on this team, right? Like, I don't know what it's actually doing here. But it's funny, so I'll allow it.
Funny to some people. Anyways.
Dude,
Breathtaking
what is it with
Banets.
people in this fucking league and just getting swept by random Pokemon and developing a deep internal hatred for them?
Well, I didn't even know that it was a Pokemon until it swept me. It came onto the field and I was like, "What is that?" And then
ouch, dude.
It just fucking swept me. What was it gonna do?
Die,
Orca, if you're watching this, you're paying for therapy. Anyways. Breathtaking Banets. It's shy. I adore this team.
Dock points for not having the captain.
Huh?
Not dock points for not having the mascot.
Yeah, that is a bit unfortunate. That is actually something we will see multiple times in this draft. Multiple times. Teams end up without their
it is bad.
namesakes.
Shy, I'm teasing. I'm not.
Now, see, I would say I love the Porygon 2 pick. Absolutely love it. Round 1.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Round 1 P2 is interesting. But I think the rest of the team is good enough that it doesn't really matter at the end of the day.
I don't even know what
Just
Hisui and
don't do it
Lilligant
again.
does. I don't even know what that
It
Pokemon
is
does.
a Sun Sweeper.
Does it have chlorophyll?
And
Or does it have solar power?
And also, it got dropped during the grace period.
Oh, well,
So,
we're not grading. Well, actually,
yeah,
you
it got
are.
dropped for
You are.
Slowbro.
Okay, Slowbro. Hate that.
Yeah.
Hate that.
You hate Slowbro? No, dude.
No, I
How
like
could
the
you
Pokemon,
hate Slowbro?
but on this team, I don't like it.
Why? It's the perfect derpy partner for Goodra.
I think that one water type is enough. But that
Okay,
to be
I'll
fair,
get to that later.
you'll get to it. Again, any commentary I make, do not take seriously. I do not know what I'm talking about. But actually, I didn't say that because otherwise legal will get on my ass.
Oh man, you need to tell me about that. Do I have to be worried
Azumarill.
about what I say on the stream?
No. Azumarill. I like that. I was thinking about drafting Azumarill just because I think it's really funny. Mega Aerodactyl also in my early stages of building my team. I was thinking about taking Mega Aerodactyl. Very funny Pokemon. Very funny Pokemon. Ferrothorn was a snipe. Ferrothorn was a snipe.
Dude, you're still mad about that? Oh my god.
Blacephalon, very, very funny. Very funny Pokemon. Also, looks like it just is shrugging at all times. Love that. Mamoswine has a nice place in my heart. Back when I first did Draft League, it was on my first ever Draft League team. I've only done Draft League like 3 times, but we love Mamoswine in this chat. Goodra, cool. I have no particularly strong feelings about this Pokemon.
You don't like Goodra?
I never said I didn't like them. I never said I hated them either. I just don't have any particularly strong feelings about that Pokemon.
I like Goodra.
Sandy Shocks. It sets electric terrain. I don't know why you would. No, it has the move electric terrain.
Oh, sure. Okay. Fair enough, I suppose. I guess I can't argue with that.
So it could set it. Darkspun, cool. I never thought I'd see that Pokemon drafted.
To be honest, neither do I, but if you need a fairy type, sometimes you get desperate, dude.
And I should have. Anyways.
You probably
Take it away.
should have. But we'll get there. Anyways, so, looking at this team for the first time, it's a very interesting team overall. It very hazard stacky. Like, you've got a lot of Pokemon that can set hazards on this team. And I do appreciate that on a team with Pokemon like Mamoswine and Blacephalon that are going to really appreciate the extra chip damage on a lot of Pokemon. Oh, and Azumarill too. Azumarill is a great wall breaker and really does appreciate the extra chip damage. So I do want to talk about Slowbro here because I was the one who recommended they drop Lilligant for Slowbro because I think that having a Pokemon like Slowbro on this team to be able to get in like the big heavy hitters like Azumarill and Blacephalon and Mamoswine is really important. Yeah, because Teleport and Regenerator is just really, really good.
Yep, got it.
And Teleport's negative priority means that Slowbro will take the hit, and then these really powerful like sweepers can come in and start cleaning up.
So it's a slow switcher, kind of like Incineroar.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, I can see the vision. I see the vision.
Yeah, and so I think that Slowbro, and especially with Porygon 2, who can also do the same thing. I think this team has, despite not having any U-turn or flip turn or anything like that, it just has one Volt Switch Mon. But despite that, I think Slowbro and Porygon 2 alone are a very good core to be able to set up scenarios for their sweepers. Now, I do have some issues with the team, and...
Please speak. Speak freely.
And... So, the main issue I have with this team is that the only ground resist or immunity is Mega Aerodactyl. And much like I said for the previous team, I don't like having your only ground switch in being a Pokemon that should be cleaning up late game. you really should be saving that Pokemon in the back for good opportunities to switch in, and switching it in just to take a ground attack is not ideal. Now, this is more of a fake weakness, but a lot of, like, if people looking at this team will generally think that it's slow outside of Mega Aerodactyl.
See, that's what I was thinking.
And Sandy. Yeah, but it's a little deceiving because Mamoswine and Azumarill both have very powerful priority in Ice Shard and Aqua Jet.
And I assume it's huge power Azumarill, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's really no reason to run anything else. And, you know, Azumarill is just a very threatening Pokemon in general, so this team will definitely play at a slower pace, like, early on, and I guess that could, like, hamper the team's effectiveness, but I think with how fast Mega Aerodactyl is and the ability to set up good scenarios with Teleport, I think this team will be effective. However, the one big thing about this team that I really hate
hate's a strong word. Hate's a strong word.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I say hate because the rest of the team is so good that it hurts me that this one part about the team is so bad, and that's the only hazard remover is Mega Aerodactyl.
Let me guess.
There's no defog or rapid spin outside of that, and that's really bad for a team that wants to be switching as much as this one does, because, like, you're never running defog on Mega Aerodactyl. Never. Ever. Especially on this team where it's so necessary to be a late game cleaner.
I might be crazy, but I think your choice, like, what, scarfing an Aerodactyl? Am I crazy?
Well, this is Mega Aerodactyl.
Oh, right.
So you can't do
What am I saying?
But
okay.
The point is that because of Mega Aerodactyl's speed and its power, it needs to be a late game cleaner pretty much every single time on this team. And so you can't let it waste time doing defog. And not having any other hazard removal on this team outside of that is really bad. Especially because Mega Aerodactyl itself is weak to Stealth Rocks. And
oh my god.
So, like, it taking 25% just for switching in is not great. So, if I had to make a recommendation for this team, I would most likely drop something for another defogger or a spinner. Looking at this team,
I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like I might be crazy. I don't love Blacephalon here. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm actually crazy. Thoughts?
Honestly, it's difficult, right? Because like, Blacephalon is so powerful, and it really does blow open a hole for Mega Aerodactyl to sweep through.
That's true.
But at the same time, like, I don't know. I'd say probably drop one of the walls. So, like, Goodra or Porygon 2 or Sandy Shocks or Ferrothorn, drop one of those for a Pokemon that can remove hazards. And I'd say this team is very well set up for moving forward.
There's your advice. Free advice right there. Let's move on to the next team.
Overall, I do really like this team. It just has that one slight weakness that holds it back for me.
Okay. Next team. Metagross Metal Menagerie. And this, I believe, is the first team where they did not have a logo, so I had to make one. As you can see here, this is Metagross in a zoo. There we go.
Dude, it's so good. It's so fucking good.
Also, why? Why is there a Guzzlord drafted after an A-Rock? That feels wrong. Isn't Guzzlord like 4 points?
Hey, Guzzlord's 4 points, yeah.
How do you draft Aron before Guzzlord?
I guess they were really confident that Guzzlord wasn't going to be drafted.
Okay. Clodsire, mascot of the draft. We love to see Clodsire actually being used. Metagross, a team who actually uses the namesake Pokemon
I know,
in the
that's
team.
wild.
Crazy.
Actually using the mascot. Who
Actually
would do
crazy.
that?
Mega Aggron? I like Mega Aggron. Personally, I like this Pokemon. I don't think it's the best, but I like it a lot. Buzzwole? Buzzwole's just hits hard, right? Like, that's his entire thing.
Well, it's also pretty tanky. 107
It is swole.
HP, 139
It is swole.
defense. It's
I didn't even think
fucking
about that.
bulky as hell.
Garganical? I haven't known it long enough to actually give an opinion. I'm talking like it's like a person I met at a bar. I haven't really known them long enough. But Garganical, it does this thing called Salt Cure. Also got used on me in a random battle. Didn't know what the fuck that was. It just kind of forces a switch, which is cool.
Pretty much.
Tapu Fini. I don't know what any of the Tapus do other than like set terrain. Is that just all they're for?
I mean, this one's just a bulky water.
Does this one even set a terrain?
So. Yeah, Misty Terrain. It's just Misty Terrain's kind of ass, so no one cares.
Oh, unlucky. Superior?
Unlucky.
Contrary, Superior, Leaf Storm. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's always a lot of fun. That's always a great
all
time.
I'm gonna say. Blaziken, the fact that
it's a Terra Captain.
Oh! Are you gonna Terra Grass?
There's a couple of different Terras you can do, dude.
Okay. The fact that Blaziken got picked this late is actually crazy.
Yeah.
Golurk. I'm not sure how I feel about the last 3 picks on this team. I'm still just dumbfounded about how you take Aeron before Guzzlord. That's just so crazy to me. Like, why would you do it? It doesn't make any sense. But it happened, so we get over it.
And we're gonna live with it.
But I think this team, I like some of the Pokemon on it. The fuck does it know about battling?
Also, apparently Guzzlord was a last-minute pick, so that would explain why.
That would explain it. Anyways, let's throw it over to Cuthbert. Bam!
Okay, so
analysis.
I'm going to send you an image from the sheet that is going to serve as the baseline for what I think about this team. You'll know when you see it.
Okay. Whoa!
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you understand where I'm coming from here? I want you to put that on stream for everybody to see.
I'm pulling up.
Let me know when you do, because, Twitch delay.
I will tell you exactly when it is on stream. You can start explaining it now.
Okay, so you guys see this right here? This is all the stats of the Pokemon on the team. And I want you to look at the dichotomy between the left side of the stats and the right side of the stats. And I want you to tell me how that makes you feel.
How does it?
You accidentally switched to Liz, by the way. You should go back.
Did I?
Yeah.
How do I go back?
I think you sat. Oh my god.
I did.
Anyways,
I sat on my mouse.
Dude, that's crazy.
I'll put you over here.
Anyways, I just want you guys to look at this stat spread and see how insanely weighted towards one side it is. Like, in terms of physical, offense, and defense, about as good as you can possibly get. But when it comes to the special side of things and the speed on this team, it's like night and day. Like, there are technically special attackers on this team. I don't think... I mean, technically superior, but that takes a while to get going, so it's not immediate. Blaziken has a special attack stat, but if you're not running Sword Stance Sweeping, what are you doing? And then, like, Guzzlord specs, I guess, but, the team is slow as balls. It has very little special offense. And honestly, doesn't have great special defense either, outside of Fini and Clodsire. So, like, the issue with this team becomes how, like, boom or bust it becomes. The other issue is that this team has a whopping 6 ground weaknesses, including 1 4 times, if you really want to count Aeron, because, whew. And 2 resistances. Now, to be fair, Buzzwole is a great Earthquake switch-in, and I'm not going to knock it for that because, Buzzwole is a good Pokemon and should be switching into the Earthquakes on this team. But 6 ground weaknesses is a lot for any team to have, and can put you in some really uncomfortable situations later in the game. That's just something to look out for. Now, here's the thing about Trick Room teams, and I'm going to use this team as an example for why I don't like Trick Room in draft. The issue here is that there's a concept known as speed creeping, right? Because you only need to be 1 point faster than the Pokemon to be able to go first, right? So any other extra speed you have instead is just pointless because it does nothing. So why put the EVs in there? And so if there's only one Pokemon that you need to outspeed, like Tapu Fini as a realistic answer here, to be able to outspeed Tapu Fini, a lot of really good Pokemon are not going to need to put a lot of EVs into speed, and they can put it in bulk instead. And then this team becomes way weaker across the board because of that. Because you're not forcing the opponent to run speed EVs, you are now letting them run bulk instead. And especially because, again, this team does not have immediate special offense that's almost always going into physical defense. And every single Pokemon on this team gets immediately way weaker. Yeah, I also don't love the double steal with Metagross and Mega Aggron. I think one of those should probably go. Obviously not Metagross, but I guess it can work, but really, this team is just very one-dimensional in its game plan, and I don't like that in draft. Also, Fear Aeron is a meme. It's a meme, and that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, it's crazy that we got 2 Pokemon from the Aeron line on one team.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy.
But is this the, second Trick Room team we've run into so far?
I mean,
second?
I don't think it's fair to call any slow team a Trick Room team, but I mean...
Okay.
And yeah, I'm not saying double steal is bad. I just think that this team could benefit from dropping one of them.
Okay. I clearly have nothing else to say. You're really carrying the stream here, but
I'm doing my best.
You're doing your best. Let me delete this
yeah, you can get rid of that now. I like to think that was a funny joke for the people in chat.
It does help. It helps visualize what's going on.
Yeah.
Next team. Another tragic instance of not getting
dude, being there,
the namesake,
watching as Liz got progressively sniped every single pick, that was just brutal.
Liz got, I believe, I could be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, Liz got sniped 6 times.
6 times on a team of 11.
Times. More than half, which was brutal.
It was rough.
And they still ended up with actually a really solid team from everything that I can see here. I like Tapu Koko. I like Electric Terrain with future Paradox Pokemon because that apparently does something.
Mm-hmm.
Skarmory. What? That's your Defog? Or also a Trap
Sand
Setter?
Immune,
Is it a Trap Setter?
Spikes,
Yeah.
and Rock Setter.
Okay. Tyranitar?
And Remover.
So they're going for Sand, right? Or
Yeah,
Sandstorm?
this is like a Sand Electric Terrain pseudo team.
Okay.
Which I can respect.
On top of that, considering that, what is Golisopod doing here?
Golisopod is a ground resist because this team really needs it.
Okay. I think Sceptile sucks. It's one of my favorite starters, but I'm pretty sure it's just a bad Pokemon. which is unfortunate.
Most of the time, yeah, it's kind of sucks, but Unburden with like terrain support can be pretty nice on any Pokemon.
Okay.
And so Sceptile does gain like a good amount of utility on this team.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like Houndstone is maybe diving too deep into the gimmick.
Yeah, probably.
I
would agree with that, and I will
like...
explain why when we get to my part. But
I feel like there's enough here to use in Sand. You didn't need Houndstone. Houndstone could have been something else. But I also like Mega Garchomp because I played that Pokemon.
Oh, dude, Mega Garchomp on Sand is so fucking awesome.
I love that Pokemon. Played Garchomp in Pokemon Tournament. That was fun.
Oof. Yeah.
But I'll pass it over to you for analysis.
Okay, so there is a lot of really good stuff going on here. I do appreciate that a lot of different Pokemon this team can take advantage of both electric terrain and sand at the same time. Like, for example, Dracozolt obviously gets the Sand Rush boost, but it also gets, like, a boost to Volt Peak from Electric Surge, which makes it even more powerful. And I'm sure everybody in this league knows how terrifying a Dracozolt can be when it gets going, considering what it did last season. Iron Treads... Well, would you speak on last season.
Would you speak on that for people who weren't here?
I think chat saying "fuck that thing, hate that thing" is enough to clarify for everybody else that wasn't here.
Okay, we'll take it.
But yeah, I do really like the hazard control game is really good. Two defoggers and 2 rapid spinners. Like you open up a lot of situations where you can be diverse with your team, right? Where Iron Treads doesn't always need to use rapid spin, or Tapu Koko doesn't always need to be a defogger, and that's why I think it's always a good idea to have multiple hazard removers on your team. Also, the team has a very good balance between fast and slow Pokemon. Like Koko, Sceptile, Iron Moth are all very fast. Iron Treads is also pretty fast too. The team's physical bulk is amazing. The special bulk is a little iffy. Like your best especially defensive answer is Tyranitar, and considering how important it is to the team, that's not a Pokemon you really want to be switching in too often. But it's workable. I would just recommend something else, because the other specially defensive Pokemon is Iron Moth, and that's like your main win condition. So I wouldn't recommend switching that in too often either. But, you know, it's workable. Just will require some more play and maybe a Pokemon switch. Which, getting to that, about like leaning too deep into the gimmick, I think the team did sacrifice a little bit of both defensive integrity and versatility for the sake of the gimmick. Like Houndstone, I think, is completely unnecessary here. And like the ice weakness on this team is really bad. It doesn't get
last rights, right? Houndstone's
no, it does not get last respects. Yeah. So yeah. So it becomes a much worse. It's still good in Sand Rush, but I think this team especially would really prefer there to be something else. The other thing is that alongside the ground like thing that I mentioned earlier, this team is also pretty weak against ice, and the team's main ice switch-in, the only 2 resistances to ice on this team are Iron Moth and Golisopod. And Iron Moth can switch into like random HP ices fine, but if it's like an Icicle Crash, you do not want to be switching Iron Moth into that. And Golisopod is also like a solid, fine switch-in considering how bulky it is, but again, it becomes an issue where Golisopod is way too important defensively for this team, and I'd really prefer there to be another backup. So my suggestion is drop Houndstone and pick up a good, specially bulky Pokemon that resists both ground and ice. And once that's done, I feel like this team is perfect. Or at least one of ground or ice. Like resisting both is like, I think, impossible. So I think just one, just to ease the load on Golisopod a little bit, and this team will be very, very good.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I'm right. It's very rare, but sometimes I'm right. And when I'm right, and I was right about saying that Houndstone is too much.
Yeah. Houndstone's
I
a bit
do-
too much, but everything else, the rest of
I
this
do
team
like
is
it.
really good. I love
I
Sand
do like it.
Slash. I love the Sand Slash pick. I think Sand Slash is super underrated.
I mean, that was the Excadrill replacement, right?
Yeah. Now, obviously, you would want Excadrill because that Pokemon's crazy, but Sand Slash is not a bad option either in Sand. Great utility Pokemon, and in Sand can theoretically be a Sword Dance Sweeper.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Wait. What did I just do?
I don't know. What did you
Okay,
do?
moving on. Team Moon. Oh, this is the other one. This is the other one. Latios.
Yeah, this is making Latios.
Now, I have some things to say about this team,
Uh-huh.
if I may speak freely. Star
Yeah, go
Raptor is
ahead,
a good.
this is your stream.
Star Raptor's cool. Saraledge is cool. Dragapult is cool. I don't know why you have both Walking Wake and Dracovish. That seems redundant, but funny Mr. Fish. Funny Mr. Fish in chat. Can we get a Mr. Fish? Can we get a Mr. Fish in chat?
Need the fun fish.
Tranquil doesn't make sense to me. Is there like a reason for that, or just favorite Pokemon?
I think draft and experience.
Okay. Yeah, to draft a 1-point Pokemon and then these other ones doesn't fully make sense to me. How did I miss it? What is that? What is that?
What, Duraludon?
No.
Oh,
Right above
Galarian
it.
6
Yeah, there we go. What is that?
It's Galarian Zigzagoon. I don't know what you mean.
Oh, wait. We got a resub. Do I do a sub read right now?
Yeah, dude. Read out the sub.
Pangolex. Pangolex is one of my very, very frequent viewers. Pangolex, thank you for the 20-month sub. 11 months in a row. Oh, a new follower. There it is.
Oh my god, thank you for following. This is such a big moment.
No,
This
this is a
first
big.
ever
I've
follower.
got.
He's never had a follower before, guys. This is big.
I've actually never had a follower before.
Yeah.
Everyone, follow the
Kel,
stream.
thanks
Follow
for
the stream.
follow.
Also, after you're done this, remind me to run ads so that we don't have pre-roll ads when people come to join the stream.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So we're gonna be taking a 1-minute break after this team to
we
run
can
ads.
we can run ads during your section. Nobody wants to watch that. Nobody want to watch your team. Your team stank as hell.
That's in like 2 hours.
Yeah, we can run ads in 2 hours.
Oh my god. Oh, no, one of my mods is here too. Anyways, as I was saying, Zigzagoon, don't know why that's there. Mawile, not Mega. I doubt Mega Mawile was taken. I mean, I think they serve different purposes though, right? Or am I crazy? Because I think Mawile is defensive and Mega Mawile is offensive.
Yeah, that's about right.
I actually know what I'm talking about for once. You see that chat? I'm not
Good
fully
job.
stupid. I'm not fully stupid.
We're very proud of you.
Yeah, there's just a bit of a jank to this team, a bit of weird. But I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't want to be mean because I know that this person has never played Pokemon at all before.
Oh my god, you should have told me that.
Yeah. Fasaz has never played Pokemon before. And
Now I just feel bad.
so I want to clarify that this criticism is supposed to be constructive and a way for me to help you learn Pokemon better. That being said, 5 different dragon types on the same team is a bit much. Especially like since a lot of them kind of like at least Walking Wake and Dracovish are both like powerful wall breakers. Walking Wake out of Sun is just kind of a bad Pokemon in general. I think this team would be a lot better. Well, yeah, also the Tranquil and Galarian Zigzagoon are both just kind of like bad Pokemon. They don't do anything.
Let's not talk about that.
So that being said, I think there are some, like, there's like a core to build around here, right? I think the best thing to do is keep Mega Latios, Staraptor, Ceruledge, Dragapult, and Clefable. Like, those 5 are solid Pokemon. And I think the rest of them are probably fine to be dropped and just get more type versatility. Like, get a water that isn't a dragon type, get a ground type, get a dark type, and make sure that the type versatility is more open. Yeah, I mean, that's the main thing about this team. And also, actually, no, other than that, this team does actually hit a lot of the basic marks of, like, having good pivots with, like, Clefable, Teleport, and offensive U-turn from Dragapult.
This team gets rolled by ice types.
Yeah.
Like, it gets demolished by ice types.
Yeah, you don't want Mawile and Ceruledge to be your main switch-ins to a type
remember,
that half of your team is weak to.
Remember earlier
And
we
it's
talked
even
about that
worse.
Mamoswine? That Mamoswine would eat this team alive.
Well, yeah, Mamoswine eats a lot of teams alive, though. Mamoswine is just really good. Fairy types, I would argue, are even worse for this team.
What does that mean?
Because, again, Mawile and Ceruledge are your
God.
only resists, and half of your team is weak to Fairy.
I was considering the fact that ice types killed Tranquil and Staraptor.
Oh,
I added Tranquil to the calculation for me.
yeah. So those are like my main issues
that's true.
with the team.
Actually,
I think
we didn't bring this up. How would you like to comment on the fact that ice types actually melt after 5 turns? What would you say?
I
about
don't
that?
think that's a thing, but I mean, being weak to ice isn't so much about, like, ice types. It's more so about Pokemon using ice type moves, because that happens a lot. Even just like a hidden power ice can do a lot of damage.
Are we talking like Vaporeon Ice Beam?
Yeah, sure. That's a
See?
fine example.
thinking.
But yeah, I think this team just needs more type versatility in general, because right now it just stacks way too many weaknesses. That's all I have to say, really.
All right, moving on to the next team. Zesty's Wireless.
Okay, so this was another team that really got screwed over by an insane amount of snipes. This team looked a lot different in the early planning stages, and now it's this.
Mods, ban the bot. Mods, ban the bot.
Yeah, fucking ban that guy. Am I a mod?
Yeah,
Can I ban you?
Aiden's also there, so.
Wait, I'm not a mod.
You should be. Oh, I have your old Twitch account modded.
I'll
I'll have to mod your new one. Okay. Boom. San Lotano got him. We hype up San Lotano.
Let's go.
So here's the thing. How many teams has it been where they have not drafted their logo, their mascot? Let me check actually.
It's been quite a few.
Okay, 1, Staryu did not get drafted. 2, Palkia did not get drafted.
Well, okay. I think that's a little unfair.
We won't count that one. We won't count that one. So 1, 2, 3. Unfortunately, I assume that Liz was going to draft Tyrantrum, but it just didn't happen. So how many is that? 3? 1, 2, 3, 4 so far.
Mm-hmm.
Goldango scares me.
Goldango is a very funny Pokemon.
Goldango terrifies me. Tinglu is kind of funny. They hit funny Ruination.
I guarantee you that you could definitely drop Rampardos for Zweilous and, like, nothing would change.
I agree with that. I actually agree with that. What, Rampardos is just a
an
rockhead?
ass Pokemon.
Those did any of this team change in after draft or no?
No. This team is the same.
Okay. I don't know the competitive power of Tangrowth. Am I missing something?
Yes, you are, but I'll explain that later.
Okay, you'll explain that later. That Pokemon pisses me off because it doesn't kill anything. At least when I used it.
Tangrowth? Yeah, it's not supposed to.
It doesn't kill. It just sits there.
Yep.
But maybe that's good. Maybe that's why it's on the team. Actually, that is why it's on the team, so I should shut up.
Yeah.
Mega Manectric, I hate this Pokemon with a passion. I think it's the ugliest Pokemon that has ever been made.
Damn, dude. What the fuck?
Look at its hair. It's awful.
Dude, it looks like fucking Bolt from that one Pixar movie.
No, Bolt was a normal dog.
Well, this is what Bolt thinks he looks like.
Bolt
like
doesn't think he looks like that. The whole thing was the whole point of the movie was accepting the fact that you're a normal person, even if... Did you even watch the movie? Did you even
I'm
watch
talking
the
about
movie?
before the end of the movie, you dickhead. Like, yes, that was the end of the movie, but there's like 2 hours.
Shuckle's funny. Basculegion,
also
also funny.
Fuck around here.
Basculegion's also funny. Male version's the good one, right? Isn't female have like different stats?
I could not care less.
Why am I here? Go on an analysis.
Okay, fine. I'll give you your fucking analysis. Let me go check, because I don't actually remember. Let's go check Basculegion, everybody. Yes, Basculegion female is the good one. Because it's special attack instead of physical attack, which is better. Or something. I don't know.
I wonder if I can make myself disappear.
Dude.
Oh! It's kind of working. Oh my god. I can't go any more than this. Continue.
Yeah, am I allowed to talk now? Is it my turn? Do I have to talk in pillow?
Don't get sassy with me.
I'll get sassy. Fuck you. Anyways, so I didn't really like directly suggest Pokemon for this team, but I was there to like listen to the thought process. And so like the idea with this team is that it's a very, very bulky team, right? Like pretty much every Pokemon on this team has some sort of defensive profile. And that doesn't even factor in the multiple defensive cores, like with the Fire, Water, Grass, with Tangrowth, Tentacruel, Arcanine. So yeah, this team's going to be doing a lot of switching. It's going to be working on wearing down the opponent over time, rather than trying to get big kills right away. And more importantly, this team is going to be doing a lot of hazard stacking, especially from Pokemon like Ting-Lu, who can switch in a lot and get hazards up a lot. And then Goldango keeps those hazards up by being a stupid Pokemon that everybody hates. There's a lot of pivoting on this team. Well, not a ton, but there is enough to where, and like powerful pivoting. Tornadus Theory and U-turn with Regenerator, very good. Flip turn from Tentacruel on Basculegion, Volt Switch from Mega Manectric, Baton Pass on Florges, Teleport on Arcanine even. These are all very good options to keep momentum up and make sure you're putting yourself in good situations. The team overall, I think, is fine. I think it's going to require pretty specific play to win because of how the team is just not very immediately threatening, like, anywhere. And that can be a problem for teams that can take advantage of the extra turns that this kind of team style promotes. But I believe if played correctly, like if you have a good knowledge of your opponent's team and how they're going to find their openings in for their powerful Pokemon, I think the team will perform well. There's also like 5 ground weaknesses, 1 immunity, and 1 resist, but I think Tangrowth is just such a good earthquake switch in general that it doesn't really matter otherwise. Like, you just switch in Tangrowth every single time, and then it just does like Leech Seed or something, and then it switches out and gets Regenerator. And like, not many ground types can really deal with that. So I think it's fine. It's something to look out for, and it also does mean you don't want Tangrowth to be chipped too much by other things, but I think it's mostly fine. Plus, you know, Tornadus Therian can switch in a pinch, so it's not too big of a deal in my opinion.
Closing my blind, seeing if it changes actually. So yeah, it doesn't even change anything. But so would you say that you could set up on this team if it's not played correctly?
Yeah, I think if you leave in certain Pokemon on this team in erroneous situations, there are definitely
big word.
good opportunities to set up on this team, because a lot of this team is going to be run bulky, and because of that, they're not going to be able to hit hard enough to really dissuade people from setting up. And against certain Pokemon, if you don't have proper checks to them, like, it can get very dangerous very quickly. But considering Gabe did get 3rd place last season, I do have confidence that he can understand and recognize where those situations are and avoid them.
Okay. That's good to hear. I'm interested to see how this actually plays out. I didn't think Goldango was a defensive mon. Maybe I'm crazy.
Well, the thing about Goldango is that it's kind of both, right? Where it has a great defensive profile and a great offensive profile at the same time. Where it has like Nasty Plot and Good as Gold, and Ghost is an incredible offensive typing, but it also is immune to status, and it has Recover, and it has a great defensive typing. And so, like, you've got this Pokemon that feels like it could just do everything. It's insane. Yeah. Counter set up with Shuckle. Oh, you are funny.
All right. Next team here. Is that all you had to say?
Yeah, that's all I have to say.
Okay. Fiery Impression, probably one of my favorite logos, if I'm honest.
Oh yeah, no, that logo's great. I love it.
Unique logo. Genuine question: is Iron Boulder the one that ignores Protect?
No.
Which one's that?
Or actually, yes, it is.
Okay, so I was right.
Yeah, you were right.
Corviknight. Corviknight's one of the biggest snipes of the entire tournament draft. I don't know how to say tournament.
Yeah.
The draft. Like 3 people wanted that mon. Ruby just kept on sniping. It did not stop. It did not stop over there in the Ruby division, which we unfortunately are not natives of, but. And it just kept going. Now this is a genuine question. Is this a Trick Room team?
Yes, this is a Trick Room team. And this is the first one that I know for sure is a Trick Room team, because I was talking with her during the process, and she told me, yes, this is a Trick Room team. You dumb idiot.
See,
what the fuck did you think it was? She said those exact words to me, by the way.
Oh,
it was really rude. It hurt my feelings.
Okay. I could tell because of Hatterene over here. I could tell. Because I think that was a snipe. But, you know, Mega Tyranitar, I don't even know what that does. Well, every time it's a snipe to a team that I helped make, yeah.
Mega T-Tar is just basically T-Tar, but different.
Explain when it's your turn, okay?
Okay.
Because I have no idea what that means. Indeedee, what? It's follow me, but like I've only ever seen Indeedee used on doubles. I don't even know what Indeedee does in singles.
It's pretty cheap Psychic Terrain. Like, if you don't want to spend the points on Tapu Lele, Indeedee is a pretty good option.
Okay. But that does take up one of the 6. So what else does it do? Is that just all it does?
I mean, It's decently powerful with the fucking psychic terrain move that I'm forgetting the name of.
Oh,
But
expanding force.
yeah, expanding force. But
See, I
that's
know things.
yeah, pretty much it, honestly.
Okay. Glacier is. I got surprised by how slow Glacier is.
Oh,
I was
it's
like,
so
oh, it's a.
slow.
I was like, oh, it's a horse. It must be fast. All the horses are known to be fast. Every single one of them. And then I
Yep.
saw it had like a 30 speed stat. Like that can't be right. It is. That thing is slow. That thing is slow as shit.
Yep.
Chandeler's not slow, right? I mean, everything doesn't have to be slow, but
Chandler's
I like-
like 80.
I like
That's
Chandeler.
mid-level speed.
I like Chandeler. Diplin, didn't know that was a thing. That thing looks gross. Actually, I think I saw Wolfie make a video about it one time.
Oh god, are we
But,
dropping Wolfie already?
Gastrodon, I love Gastrodon. Big fan of Gastrodon. Okidogi, hate what this thing represents.
You mean
It
like in
stands-
society or
Yeah, in society, it stands for the fucking the what is it called? I hate all of the Pokemon with this stupid like scarf chain. All of them are weird. What is it? It's Okidogi, Monkey Dory, and Pheasantipity.
Yeah.
Yuck.
Dude,
Yuck.
that's disrespectful. Holy
Yuck.
shit. Holy moly.
Luxray's cool though. Luxray's cool. I don't know what this team does.
It's
Like
Trick Room.
it sets up Trick Room. That's it, right?
Yeah, that's the main strategy.
I mean, Iron Boulder is fast, so like it has some speed, but I'm gonna get into that once you're
Okay.
done.
I'll be done, and while we're let's hold off for like a minute. I'm gonna run a set of ads.
I gotta run the ads.
Because Cuthbert forgot to remind me.
Mm-hmm.
Let me pull this up. Pull up Twitch. Then go to, what is it? Creator dashboard. And I'm going to run 1 minute of ads. So sorry, chat. If you're subbed, you won't get ads. If you're subbed, you won't get ads. But they got sent out. Ads are now live. Hopefully, we won't have to run many more ads going forward. But
Yeah, should I? Okay, I'm just gonna respond to chat during this time. So
Yep.
Supercell Slammer, it is like Echo said, high jump kick but electric. Except the real thing that makes it bad is that if you use it against a ground type, you still take the 50% recoil. And that really sucks. That is really bad, because God forbid physical electric types get a move that is just good. Like
wild
God.
charge moment.
Oh, hold on. Chai has asked me about the team.
You can respond to that later.
Honestly, Chai, that does look better. I do think that did cover up some of the weaknesses of the team.
Okay. Ads should be done. I could be wrong. Type in
But I
chat
also
what the ads.
I want you to tell me in your own words what the weaknesses of your
What?
team that I told you were, so
There
that
are
I can
no
make sure that
ads?
you're actually
I very clearly
understanding
I very clearly
what
ran
the
ads.
issues were.
That's crazy.
I want this to be a learning experience.
Huh. Has anybody gotten any ads when they booted up the stream? Anything? Any ads? Because if you haven't, that'd be fantastic. Okay, so it should have run. It should have run, and I'm just gonna hope that it does not. I'm just gonna hope it does not run any more intro ads for now and move on. Cuthbert, it's your turn. Let's get analysis.
Wait, Echo, I haven't even talked about your team yet, and you're already starting to like psychoanalyze me on what I'm gonna say.
Let's get an analysis.
Relax.
Hey, let's not get personal.
Okay.
Let's keep it professional here.
Keep it above board.
Let's get the analysis.
No, but like, all right. So, I'm going to push aside my bias against. No, I was talking to Chai. I was talking to Chai about because they were asking me about
Hey, keep it
fixing
professional.
their team.
Keep it professional.
I'm just. What do you mean? I'm talking.
Move on to the next segment.
Anyways, so for Echo's team, I'm going to push aside my dislike of Trick Room in singles and try and look at the team as it is, right? Honestly, I think your dark type switch-ins are fine. Like, Mega T-Tar is about the best knockoff switch-in you could possibly ask for. And that's the main dark type move you really need to be worried about. And Okie Dokie is a good backup dark type switch-in too. So, honestly, I wouldn't even say dark types are really that big of an issue. I'd say that the fact that you, again, have 5 ground weaknesses with 1 resist and 1 immunity is suspect. And what did I do? I didn't. Why are you upset about me? I didn't do anything. It was trendy to be ground weak. That's fair. I just don't like the idea of bringing Eviolite Diplin to every single match.
They keep responding.
So the other thing with this team is that there's like no momentum. Corviknight U-turn and like Luxray Volt Switch are your only real pivot options. I guess Baton Pass Hatterini, but that just seems kind of gimmicky to me, personally. Also, Corviknight being your only hazard removal is very suspect, especially on a team like this where like a lot of your heavy hitters are susceptible to hazards. Like you don't want Chandelure to come in and take 25% from rocks, and you don't want to force it to wear boots either.
Doesn't
I
have any
would
feet.
say what?
Doesn't have any feet. Where's it wearing the boots?
Anyways,
Laugh!
my point being, I'm not laughing at your stupid jokes. God. Anyways, as I was saying, I feel like the main issue with this team is that Corviknight is doing too much. Corviknight is a great Pokemon, and I love it to death, but it is carrying so much of the defensive load because it's also your main fairy switch-in. Because switching Chandelure into random fairy attacks is not advisable most of the time, and so Corviknight is your only resist outside of that. So I just feel like Corviknight is doing way too much on this team. I think to make this team a bit more well-rounded, I would most likely drop one of the Trick Room sweepers in exchange for a backup fairy resist, and ideally one that can clear hazards. So honestly, like getting something like Togetic would actually be pretty good on this team. Actually, no, fairy resist, not fairy. Does fairy resist fairy? No, it doesn't. No. So ideally, you would want to drop Luxray for another fairy resist that can clear hazards. That's the main thing with this team. I think that overall, this team does have a lot of potential, and I do appreciate going full force into Trick Room, especially with Glastrier. There's just a couple of different things that I would... Honestly, Terra Poison Okie Dokie, that's pretty funny. I'm down for that. If you make Okidogi your Terra Captain, I'm super down for that. But yeah, that's all I have to say about this team.
All right.
I think it's still pretty solid despite the weaknesses.
All right. Let's move on to the next team. Laid back Leafeons. Boom!
Hey, we
right
got a
there.
mascot pick.
We got a Leafeon pick. Boom! Right
Leafeon
there.
sighting.
We got an Earthworm.
Oh man.
That's not a real Pokemon. That first pick
You know what?
is not actually a Pokemon in the game.
All right, you take care of this section. I need to go to the bathroom.
Okay. Gouging Fire. I think that thing also hits through Protect. I could be crazy. Or it has a Protect that if you make contact with it, you get burned. Am I correct in that? Chat, let me know. What I remember is that it, or at least what I think it does, is that if you defend, if it has a Protect that if you defend with it and you make the opposing Pokemon makes contact, it burns them. I could be absolutely wrong, but that's what I remember. Raging Bolt. It looks funny. Cool. Why did it just like defocus on me? Anyways, funny looking Pokemon. Burning Bulwark. That's it. That's it. That's the one. Quagsire. Big fan of Quag. Massive Quag fan here. Ninetales. Cool. Normal Latias. Like that one. Like that. Big Quag. Big Quag right here. Big Quag. Vaporeon was a snipe. Houndoom. Mega Houndoom. Don't even know what that Pokemon does. I'm going to be so for real. Klefki. Funny Klefki. Funny Klefki. Hey, Okay. Okay. I will no longer respond to chat because I cannot see that far. I have glasses. These are prescription. Leafeon, like to see it because it's the mascot Pokemon. Earthworm, can't get Shed-Tail, but I think it's what, Earth Eater? Or what's its ability name? I don't even know what that does.
Earth Eater.
Yeah, that's the name. What does that ability actually do?
It makes you immune to ground and heals you if you get hit by a ground type move.
That is so sick. That is a great Earthquake switch in.
Yep.
And Latias. Cool Pokemon. I don't really know what it does here, but it's a cool Pokemon. Once again, whatever Pecharunt is, it's not real. So just don't worry about it. Analysis.
Okay, so we were talking about ground resist. It's a good thing too because this team has 6 ground weaknesses again. Like, what is it with you people and just stacking ground weaknesses? I don't understand.
Don't judge my team later.
Oh, good God. Okay. We'll get the. Fucking hell. Other than that, like, tight matchups are fine. The triple dragon is pretty, that's a thing, but you have 4 fairy resists, so I think that's fine, especially because this is a sun team, judging by the Ninetales. Speaking of which, one of my favorite parts about this team is both Gouging Fire and Raging Bolt on a sun team. Love that. These 2 Pokemon are so nasty on sun.
They get special attack bumps, right? Or no,
Photosynthesis boosts their
bumps.
highest stat
highest
by
stat,
1.3 times.
Does it work with booster energy?
No, booster energy just activates it, but they can't both activate at the same time. It's only one.
Okay.
Yeah, but booster energy isn't consumed until sun is gone, so you can use it for later, which is pretty nice.
Interesting.
Yeah, I learned that the hard way during my playoffs match. Anyways, yeah, I think the concept behind this team is really cool. I love Sun with Gouging Fire and Raging Bolt. And then you have like Leafeon as a cheap chlorophyll sweeper, and like Solar Power Mega Houndoom is really good. Latias is like a really important defensive Pokemon. I don't know how I feel about both Quagsire and Vaporeon on this team, I feel like you should be fine with just one, and that one is most likely going to be Quagsire. I think dropping Vaporeon for something else would be fine.
I also
Hazard
sort
game
of
is pretty fine.
Yeah, Quagsire is a really good hazard setter, which I did not know.
It gets lots of hazard. It gets rock spikes and T-spikes, which is really nice.
I didn't even know that when I drafted it. I was surprised, and I was like, oh, this is like my entire hazard set right here on one Pokemon. But
yeah, I think overall, like, despite this being a Sun team, the team is like surprisingly balanced across the board. And I think that's the best way to do weather teams in draft, is just to not like completely stack up on a bunch of types, which I know one team in this league that did that, and we're gonna get to that, but that's not important right now. So other than like the
Logan, if you can hear me.
That's
Logan,
not
if you
Logan.
can hear me.
Not Logan. We'll get to him though.
Logan, if you can hear me.
Yeah, so honestly, like, other than like dropping Vaporeon for something, I'd say this team is pretty solid. I don't like that the only defoggers are Latias and Klefki, because I feel like this does force Latias into a bulky support role more often than it wants to, especially because that's one of your few Pokemon that actually have more than 100 speed. So maybe if you do drop Vaporeon, probably get like a spinner or something like that, maybe like a flying type defogger, just to be able to get another ground immunity if necessary. But those are mostly just nitpicks. I think this team is really exciting, and I'm looking forward to where it goes.
Chet, they don't know that I don't have a single Pokemon over
That's it.
100
That's the tweet.
They don't know. Okay. Now let's move on to the next team.
Ooh.
Strikeouts.
This team.
Vikavolt on there. I see it.
Yep.
I see it. Honestly, I don't know what to say about this team. I really, like, most of the Pokemon on here, I didn't even know existed. So I'm just gonna cede my judgment, because I don't know what any of these Pokemon do. So I'm just gonna let you go straight and do analysis on this one.
Okay, so I think this team is like, this team's really weird, okay? Because like it's not like directly bad, but it's not like immediately good either. This is very odd, because again we have 4 ground weaknesses, but we also have 2 immunities, and like letting Togekiss get a free switch in is very, very nice. So I think this team does a good job of exploiting the fact that it has a quote-unquote ground weakness. The team's very strong, like across the board. Like a lot of these Pokemon are, like, even the ones that are supposed to take on a more passive role are like still very powerful. I don't really see much on this team that you can really set up on. Even something like Pheasantipity, it'll just set up on you back. And I think that's really good for offensive teams to not really have Pokemon that you can take advantage of. The team's got plenty of U-turn and Volt Switch, which is very nice, again, for offensive teams. Mega Scizor is an awesome Pokemon. I love the core of Roaring Moon, Mega Scizor, Togekiss. Or even Pheasantipity. What's up?
Mega Scizor just hits U-turn every time, right?
No, it can do a lot of things. But it being a pivot with U-turn is a very powerful one to do.
Okay.
But it can Swords Dance, it can Defog, it can just be a general wall.
Oh, I forgot it gets Defog.
Yeah. It does a lot. Now all that being said, there's a couple of problems I have, what?
Hold up. There's one thing I have to say. Togekiss right there. That was a snipe.
As a snipe, dude. Oh my god, you gotta stop
doing
continue. That.
Continue.
Okay, so there's one major weakness on this team, and I think it's a very funny weakness, and one I can't say I've seen before. This team has literally no hazards. The only thing that counts as a hazard is sticky webs from Vikavolt. But again, that's more of like a specific thing. It has no stealth rock, no spikes, and no toxic spikes at all. Which
That's crazy.
again,
That's
I cannot say I've seen that before. I've
That's
seen
actually
teams
crazy.
that don't have enough hazard setters, but none at all. That is shocking. And like this team would be so good with like good hazard stack, because so many of these Pokemon become so much more threatening with some good hazard stack. I'd say personally, Hisuian Gudra probably isn't necessary here. I think you can drop that for a hazard setter and be mostly fine.
Why does it look like that?
The other thing about this team is that, for the most part, it's pretty slow.
Anyways.
Zero Aura is really fast, and Roaring Moon is really fast too, and has D-Dance to boost. But everything else past that is like less than 100. And the issue with having like a 20-point speed gap in between Roaring Moon and Pheasantipity is that that's like Pokemon in that range are going to allow it to be Adamant or Modest instead of having to do a plus speed nature to outspeed Pheasantipity. And that's not ideal because there are a lot of really good Pokemon in there.
Yep.
I'm not dissing Hisuian Gudra. I'm saying it's a little pointless on this team when you already have Mega Scizor.
Why would you diss Hisuian Gudra like that?
I'm not dissing Hisuian Gudra. Yo, Tailwind Suicune, that's hype. I'm so down for that.
Thing? Wait, that's a thing?
Yeah, dude. Suicune gets Tailwind.
Why?
I don't know.
Fair enough.
But yeah, no, I like this team, but it has a couple of goofy weaknesses that I can't say I've seen before, but they are pretty easily fixable. And so just like make a couple of free agencies, and you should be fine. That's all I have to say.
All right, I will hold my judgment. Again, no idea what this is about. Next team. Steelworks Steelix. First off, not a big fan of the logo because it doesn't have a transparent background. If it had a transparent background, I wouldn't have to, get it out of here. Get it out of here. Anyways. It's so stupid.
Dude, I can't believe it. I didn't know how you were gonna do that. Like we were talking about that before the stream. Dude, the way that was so much better than I possibly could have imagined.
That's so stupid.
That was insanely smooth. I can't believe it.
That was so stupid. Anyways, this team scares me, but I'm not in the league with it, so I'm fine. But it does have Pyukumuku. And therefore I like it.
Pyukumuku is pretty funny.
Stakataka is terrifying, just because that's not a Pokemon. I didn't play Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and I'm pretty sure that's when it got introduced, so I didn't know this was the thing that was, like, important to know about. I didn't think I'd ever have to experience this Pokemon in my life, but...
No, it's still not important.
Okay, cool. Well, Rotom Heat's funny. Is Mega Altaria actually that good?
Dude, Mega Altaria is hype. Okay, Dragon Fairy is such a good typing.
That's true. I didn't even think about that. I just knew that like Altaria isn't that good.
Yeah, but it gets a lot from its Mega.
And then Delmise, I was looking at Delmise myself. Delmise is like what? Doesn't it get Rapid Spin?
Yeah, it gets Rapid Spin.
It gets Rapid Spin and
like
Knockoff.
Pretty strong. Yeah.
Okay.
Gets some utility.
And then Araquanid, that gets what? Water Bubble as its ability?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What does that do again?
It doubles the power of water type moves. It halves the damage you take from fire, and it means you can't be burned.
Cool.
It's like 3 abilities in 1.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Good thing it's on
Yeah.
that. It's what it's on.
It's on
Whatever that
Arachnid.
is. But Toxapex's Baleful Bunker it's going to claim some poor soul. I can already tell you that.
Someone that doesn't know how Toxapex works is gonna get hit by that. and they're gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
Toxapex is going to unfortunately claim some random passerby who was not prepared for that.
Mhm.
I'll throw it over to you for the rest of the analysis.
Yeah, so Lando Pex, as it's called, is like a very well-known and tested defensive core, right? Like, these 2 Pokemon together are just insanely good. And that's just something we have to deal with in our day-to-day lives. That is something that we have to accept. As for the rest of the team is slow as balls. Like, I know the other Trick Room teams were slow, but this one is like
Is this a
really
Trick Room team?
slow. This is another Trick Room
That's
team.
3.
Yes.
That's 3, and we're
There's
not even out of
one
Ruby
Pokemon-
yet. We're not even
There's
out of Ruby.
one
and that's 3.
Pokemon over 100 base speed, and that's Thundurus Incarnate. At
Pokemon
1
over
level.
100 base speed.
Yeah.
Over 100.
Everything else is lower than that.
The
The second fastest Pokemon is Landorus Therian at 91, and
like 100's pretty fast, though, right? Like 100's pretty fast.
yeah, it's pretty fast, dude. I don't know.
So like, if it's like, say if you had like a team with one Pokemon at
Half of the
100
Pokemon
speed,
are less than 45 base speed.
that is pretty slow.
That is very slow. And then you got like Farigiraf at 60, Mega
What did you
Altari
call
and
it?
Gallade
No,
are both at 80.
wait. What did you call it?
Farigiraf.
Okay.
Was that not how you pronounce it?
No, and I'm now realizing that I'm stupid. So please continue.
Okay. All right. Sure thing, buddy. Anyways, look, I'm doing my best to try and push aside how I feel about Trick Room in singles for the sake of having an unbiased outlook on the team. But
I mean,
like, I
We
feel
didn't go in
like
here to be
if-
unbiased.
I mean, I did. I don't know about you.
Okay, I should leave.
Fuck, dude. I don't know. Maybe you should reconsider your life choices if you're coming in here with a biased outlook on life.
I mean, the professional analysis should be unbiased. I'm going
That's
purely
what
off
I'm
vibes.
Sure. I mean, I can accept that. But yeah. I mean, the speed is really just the main issue with the team, right? Like, I feel like everything else is pretty good. Maybe Lando T is going to be forced to use rocks. Like, I feel like Lando T's best aspect is just how many different sets it can run. And, like, other than Stack Attacka, it's the only rocks user. And I feel like if you're using Stack Attacka for rocks, you're kind of missing the point of the team. Removal is great. You've got a spinner and 4 different defoggers, all of which are pretty solid in their own right. Like, that's pretty good. I do like the momentum this team has to offer. I don't know. It's just... It's hard
Speak
to
truthfully.
get past. It's hard to get past how slow the team is outside of Trick Room. It's really hard to move past that. And I know sticky webs on Araquanid is a thing, but like a good chunk of this team still doesn't outspeed
So
opposing
question.
Pokemon at -1.
So question. Why do you run... This is legitimately me asking because I do not know. Why do you run sticky webs to make your opponents slower in a Trick Room team? Genuine question.
Well, it's not like you wouldn't be running both at the same time, right? It's more just alternate options.
Okay, cool.
And like I can understand that, but like most of the team, it's still not fast enough to be able to take advantage of webs. I really would have liked to see another rocker on this team so that Landorus Therian isn't forced to run rocks every time. But I mean, other than that, it's a Trick Room team in singles. I can't get super behind it, but I'm sure it can put in work, probably.
Yeah. Hold up.
That's all I have to say.
Hold up. Do you guys hold up?
What? What?
That's so stupid.
Dude. I just saw that on stream, dude. That's dude.
Okay, next.
God.
Chosen
fucking
Divinity. Chosen Divinity.
Okay.
This team looks stacked.
Yeah, I made this team entirely by myself.
Okay, dude.
Yeah.
Mio, fantastic team, Mio. Do not let Cuthbert take this away from you, okay? This is a fantastic team. I'm very proud of you for making it. Anyways, yeah, this team looks stacked.
Yeah. It's a very good team. I really like it.
Would you like to talk about why your team is so great? You ego-fueled maniac?
Dude, okay, that's too far. I resent that statement. All right? I don't appreciate this slander on my character being given out by you, of all people.
Okay. What is that supposed to mean?
It means that you're supposed to be my friend,
That's
and you're
true.
out here degrading me in front of a live chat
That's true. Hey, that's true.
of upwards of 30 people.
That's on me.
Unbelievable.
And I actually apologize for that.
Yeah, I'm glad.
And you know
I'm
what?
glad
You know
that you're
what?
reconsidering
I'll change
your
it.
options here.
I'll change my ways.
Okay. All right, I'm already bored of this conversation. Let's
Anyways,
move on.
please continue. Talk about your team.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I just think that, like, you know, for new beginners to draft, I think it's always a good idea to make sure that the team is fundamentally sound by covering as many different types as possible, right? And I think this team does a very good job of that. To where, I mean, even just on the like the doc, there's no red squares on the overall weakness. That doesn't really mean much, but it does like help if you don't have any extraordinary weaknesses. You know, the team's pretty strong. There's a lot of very dangerous Pokemon on this team. You know, Victini's very powerful, Megalopony, Darkrai, Alakazam. Like, these are very threatening Pokemon. And some good bulk behind it too, like Nidoqueen, Celesteela, like Electros even. Like, these are some good bulky Pokemon that can really like solidify the team. There's like two major weaknesses with this team, right? The first one is the speed gap, where after Victini at base 100, it goes all the way down to Nidoqueen at 76, which means a lot of Pokemon in that like 99 to like 91 range don't need to run Timid or Jolly, and they can run Adamant or Modest instead. And that's a big deal because those are the Pokemon that are generally like really powerful, right? Like, you know, Kyurem Black has like 95 base speed, and those, like, you don't want to let those run Modest or Adamant. The other thing is that this team only has one hazard setter, and it's Nidoqueen. Yep, Nidoqueen is the only Pokemon on this team that can set hazards, and yeah, this team could definitely use another one because you don't want to be running Nidoqueen in every match. I mean, I guess it's probably fine. Maybe. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Cyberchat in the chat.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Much love to Cyberchat.
But yeah, good team. Just probably drop something. Honestly, probably drop Snorlax for another hazard setter. That is my recommendation.
I think it's a good call.
Someone said
honest
Dr.
question.
Octavius ass streamer. What were you doing while I was doing
nothing. Literally nothing, dude. Don't even worry about it. Anyways, honest question. Why is Darkrai so good?
Because it's really strong and really fast and can use Nasty Plot.
Oh. Nasty Plot.
Uh-huh.
Nasty. Sorry.
Jesus, dude.
Oh! Oh! This team.
Oh, this is the team that
this
you
team.
made. Oh,
this
man.
team. Oh, this team is beautiful. what can I say about this team that hasn't already been said by all of the greats of the Pokemon world?
All of the adoring fans that have
all
been
the
following
adoring
this
fans.
team.
I mean, this team was a you know, it had a troubled beginning. Ursaluna was a good first pick. Troubled beginning.
Honestly, I
where-
wouldn't even say Ursaluna is a good first pick, but you know.
Well, okay. Well, we know your opinion on Trick Room. Okay, this is our fourth Trick Room team. We know your opinion on
It
Trick
is
Room.
our fourth fucking Trick Room team.
Fourth Trick Room team, not out of Ruby yet, but the difference between this Trick Room team and all of the other Trick Room teams is this Trick Room team has Cresselia, which I believe,
And you know, actual speed outside of Trick
and
Room,
actual
which-
speed like Meowscarada and Gengar. I would argue, this is going to sound crazy, I would argue this is the best Trick Room team we've seen. What do you think? Not as in purely for Trick Room, but just like operationally as a whole.
I'd
What would you
say, for the most part, this is a more fundamentally sound team, but I'd say
What?
that Echo's team is probably better overall. But I do really like this team.
I agree. I think this team is great. I wonder why I think
Okay.
that. Anyways,
Yeah,
we did have a rough start where the second draft pick there. Funny story, San Lotano actually got scared and startled and thought that they had to pick far quicker than they did, but it did end up freeing up a lot of points for the rest of the team, which was great.
Yeah.
But still, low
Echo,
money.
I know. Sorry to interrupt. I'm just responding to chat. Echo, I know I seemed a little harsh on your team, but I actually do really like your team. It's been one of my favorites so far. Sorry, that's all I wanted to say. Go ahead.
I think this team really came together. I think this team is chef's kiss. Continue with actual analysis.
Okay, actual analysis time. Okay, so yes, I do really appreciate that there is a team, a Trick Room team that doesn't solely rely on Trick Room to go first. I really do appreciate that because
Yep.
Meowscarada, Noivern are both very fast, and Gengar and Lopunny are also solidly fast, even though I'd be shocked if they brought Lopunny to any match, ever.
Beware.
Dude, please don't. Do
don't know
not.
You don't know about the Let's Go Gambling set for Lopunny?
Oh.
You don't know about it? Let's Go Gambling.
No. What is
Anyways.
that set?
Oh, it's where you run
You're
a
gonna need-
tract.
You motherfucker. Oh my. I'm gonna ignore that. I'm gonna
Let's
pretend
go
that you didn't say that.
gambling!
And I'm gonna
Aw, dang
continue
it.
with my
Aw, dang
analysis. Yeah, 4 fighting weaknesses isn't great, but you have Gengar, so I don't think it's a huge deal. Because Gengar can just kind of switch into those and just like start blasting with Shadow Ball.
See, I thought of that. Anyways,
Okay.
I just want to
like
let you
pretty-
know, what time is it?
549.
We have not gotten to Sapphire Division yet.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting there. If you
No,
wouldn't
no,
interrupt me,
no,
cuz.
no. This is not a rush. This is not me telling you to rush. This is just me saying I did not realize how long this was going to take. I may have to swap mics at some point.
Oh my god. Okay. The team is pretty balanced in terms of offenses and defenses. Like I do like how bulky a lot of the stuff on this team is, and we got good physical and special offense. Good hazard game. 2 spinners, especially when one of those spinners is Mega Blastoise, which I really like.
Oh, I love Mega Blastoise.
Good mobility in terms of not mobility, momentum with like multiple U-turners, Volt Switch, Flip Turn on Mega Blastoise. Honestly, like this team is very solid. I think Heatran is just such a good pick on this kind of team.
Thank you, Chef.
And I do appreciate that. Yeah, no, I mean this team's pretty solid. I'd say the one nitpick I have is that Lopunny at 105 and Cresselia at 85 means that Pokemon at base 100 don't need to run Timid or Jolly, which is kind of bad. bad.
That's true.
I don't like that, but that's more of a nitpick than anything. I think overall the team is pretty solid.
That's true. I don't know. CrystalKel is just my favorite Trick Room setter.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought it'd be a good pick, especially to come back from round 2, just to secure something in round 3. All in all, I think this team is fantastic, and I think San Lotano, you in creating this team did a fantastic job. You in creating this team. Anyways, let us.
Why'd you
move
say
on.
it like that?
Let us move on to the next team. Let's move on to the next team. Hoenn Knights.
Oh,
It's
this
our
team's
Knights
kind of
team.
funny.
Okay, I want you to go.
My fucking god. Okay, I'm gonna let you talk first because I just saw something that's fucking hilarious.
Okay. How many? I'm gonna just be totally real here. I don't know how many ground weaknesses this team has. As in, like, I can't count. Magnemite doesn't count. Also, I didn't even know that Sandaconda got drafted. Is that like a good Pokemon?
No. Sandaconda, I hate Sandaconda. I think
Okay.
it's such a waste of points.
Okay, cool. I will say one thing. I'm seeing a distinct lack of Hoenn Pokemon on the Hoenn Knights team.
Okay, I sorry to interrupt, but I'm pretty sure that everybody in chat is starting to recognize what I recognize. So I'm sending this to you right now.
I already brought up the fact that literally like everything is weak to ground. I brought that up.
I know, but the fact that like everything is weak to ground and there's no resistance either just kills me.
Oh my
There's
god. There's
dude,
3 Pokemon
it's so bad.
quadruple weak to ground?
Yeah, because Togedemaru and it's Glamora, Togedemaru, and Magnemite.
Picking up both Togi and Magnemite is crazy.
Now that's insane.
Picking up both Togi and Magnemite is actually crazy. And again, I think my biggest complaint, and then I'll let you talk. My biggest complaint with this Pokemon, or with this team, is that I don't see a single Hoenn Pokemon on this team.
Yeah,
you have the
that's
floor.
kind of embarrassing. Honestly, like, what are you doing?
I would honestly count that as another team without the mascot Pokemon. So we're at 5.
Yeah, and like you had everything set up here.
Actually, we're at 6. We're at 6 because Zane's team did not have Steelix.
Yeah. So okay. Yeah. So the ground weakness, right?
That is a problem, I would say.
It's very bad. Like, oh my god.
No, we're not talking about the team. We're talking about the weakness.
We are talking about the ground weakness. Jesus Christ! Is that someone playing Team Fortress 2?
What are you talking about?
Dude, one of your friends is playing TF2. Fuck this stream. I want to go play TF2.
Who is playing? Me? How did you see that?
Yeah, there's a Steam notification at the bottom of your screen.
Oh my god! I'm closing Steam. I didn't even know.
Okay, I'll keep
talking.
Steam so
before people just start
the ground
games.
The ground weaknesses. The fucking oh my god! It's so like. I'm not trying to shit on your team, but holy shit, how do you have 8 ground weaknesses and not a single resist? Not a single one to just switch into like a random earthquake. Like you're just gonna have to throw in Mega Venusaur like
Does Magnemite
once.
get levitate? It doesn't, right? Even though it looks like it should.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't think
That's
so.
so funny.
Yeah. So like oh my god. Like I know I'm spending a lot of time on this, but I cannot overstate how bad it is to be that weak to a type as common as ground. Like, do you know how many random Pokemon just slap on Earthquake on their team?
It's many. It's multiple.
It is
at least 3.
Most of them. Any Pokemon that gets access to it, which is a lot of them. Like, oh my god. Like, okay, I do appreciate the Gigalith and Excadrill as like a pseudo sand core here. And like Iron Valiant with Glamora is a very good core. Everything else on this team, like something needs to change. You cannot go into the sea. I literally drafted Sneasler. I just don't think it fits on this team. It does not fit here.
Do you think it's
like something
hearing
needs
you,
to change. This
talk about
team,
it like
you
that?
cannot go. I'm not shitting on you, but you cannot go into the season with 8 ground weaknesses and no resists.
I think
You
this
will-
is our first team that I would say needs to take use or take use of the free agents.
100%. You need to change the team. Like, it is a necessity. Like, I haven't even gotten to, like, the other issues that the team has, where, like, you have 6 different fighting weaknesses as well.
Unlucky.
On a team with fucking King Gambit on it. Not great. The only Pokemon with above 85 in special defense is Mega Venusaur. Which is already supposed to be your Earthquake switch-in, by the way. So that's going to be taking it. You're not changing it?
Ooh.
I am begging you. I am begging you to change your team.
There's drama going on here.
Oh, and Mega Venusaur is the only water switch-in, too, on a team with 5 water weaknesses.
Ooh. This seems brutal. This seems brutal.
Dude, if Mega Venusaur dies, this team is fucked. Like, I don't see... Like... Can we move on to the next team?
Yeah, we can go. We can go. For you.
I feel like I'm about to cry.
Don't say I don't do anything for you, okay? Don't say I don't do anything for you.
Okay, thank you.
Ooh, this is another team. We haven't seen one in a while, but this is another team who did not have a logo, so I had to make one.
Yeah. Alright, this one came out pretty fucking good, I'm gonna be honest.
This one's probably my favorite logo that I made. This one's pretty great. We love to see a Tinkaton on the Tinkaton team. I don't know really what the rest of this team is meant to do. Maybe I'm crazy.
What Volcarona does.
It stands there and quiver dances is what it did to me.
Yeah,
but
that's what it does.
I don't know what Zapdos Galar does. I also don't know why Alolan Muck is here. Other than I guess, does that learn Toxic Spikes? Is that a spike setter?
It's a Pursuit Trapper.
Ooh.
Mainly.
Don't know what that means.
It uses Pursuit to trap stuff weak to dark and kills them.
Oh, so wait, does Pursuit make it so you can't swap out?
Pursuit will do double damage to Pokemon that are switching out.
Yeah, that's what I thought it did. But
yeah.
And it hits them. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is. I don't really know. Like, there's a lot of the times earlier you could probably tell that I at least have a general idea of what a team is supposed to do. I have no idea what this team does, so I'm just gonna pass it over to you.
Okay, so this team's fucking hilarious, right? Like, and I don't mean it because it's bad. I mean it because like the game plan for this team is unbelievably funny. So,
talk to me. Tell it to me like I'm 5.
The goal with this team, from what I can tell, like from the outsider looking in, is that something like Azelf or Tinkaton sets up hazards at the beginning of the game, and then just uses its like 5 billion setup sweepers that it has, and just chucks them in there, like Swords Dance Haxorus, or fucking Tail Glow Xurkitree, or like fucking Quiver Dance Volcarona. Yeah, I know, right?
That is broken.
Fucking like Coil Zygarde, whatever the hell, and they just completely like this is the funniest hyper offense team I've seen in a while. But I think it's great. I love these types of teams. Now, do I think they're gonna win? I think your only fairy resistance being Tinkaton.
It's rough.
I mean, okay, technically Volcarona, but if you're switching Volcarona into fairy, like, you've lost the plot. Like, you've lost the plot if you're making Volcarona your fairy switch in. But yeah, Tinkaton, I don't really like Tinkaton being the main fairy switch in, especially on a team like this where it's also probably going to be doing most of the hazard setting. The team speed is good.
The general bulk level is pretty good, I'd say. It's got plenty of U-turn and flip turn to get like threatening stuff in. So honestly, like for the most part, this team is pretty fundamentally sound.
After
But-
Ruby Division, I'm just gonna let you know this. After Ruby Division, we're gonna take a little small break, and I'm gonna change outfits. Just let you know.
Alright, sounds good. But yeah, so I think overall I do like this team, but I think it is kind of forced into a very specific play style, which is hyper offense to be most effective. Unless you want to run like a lot of these Pokemon to be very bulky and like not go super large and in charge, but I feel like that's generally just a worse strategy for the most part. Yeah, that's all I have.
All right. And I think this is actually the last team in
Yep,
Ruby.
that was the last
So
one.
let us take a look at the Ruby Snipes list. And I'm going to be so for real. This trigger warning.
Oh, it's insane.
Trigger warning. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
There
there's a
were
lot.
so many snipes. Oh my god. This is insane. Inteleon was going on a spree in the Ruby draft chat. Didn't miss once. But
Not time for the Snipe Awards yet. That's for the
Snipe
end.
Awards
That's
are
for the
coming
very
later.
end.
Snipe Awards are coming later.
Yes, and
But
thank
yeah.
you, Omen, for keeping track of the snipes. Also, Locke, that's what I meant by like Suicide Lead Azelf, where it sets up rocks and then it explodes and lets the...
All of this. See, in Sapphire, we have something called originality.
integrity.
Respect for our fellow players. Here,
Okay, I don't know about that. Let's
Here.
calm down for a second.
it goes crazy. Anyways, we will be right back with the Sapphire draft. Hold.
Okay. Hi, chat. I'm sure you guys have a lot to say to me, considering I've been a massive dickhead this entire stream. So... You've been fine. We need ads. You've already forgotten half of what's said? Damn. I'm putting in all this effort and you guys are already forgetting the shit I'm saying. look, yeah, the VOD, and also, like, generally, if I don't, like, specifically say something, most likely, your team's fine. All right. Thank you, Kel1. I appreciate that. But also just call me Crystal. I don't actually go by Kel, like, ever, is the funny thing. Yeah, Cuthbert is my real name, so you can call me that. No, Galaxy, not you too.
Stream. Ooh, the Cubone shirt. The Cubone shirt. Thoughts on the Cubone shirt.
Yeah.
Thoughts, chat. Do not call me Vacation Dad. I did not like that. Hit a little too close to home. Okay,
Damn.
all right.
That's
Okay.
ooh.
All right. Anyways, Sapphire Division. You can tell because the font changed. Anyways, here are the teams in the Sapphire Division.
Oh, dude, I get to talk about Jack.
Oh, what? You ready for Trick Room team number 6? Here we go.
Trick Room team number 6.
Q. Jack. First
Yeah,
off, first
team to have a GIF as their logo. Pretty funny.
That's true. That's true.
Shoutouts to Third Strike.
Ferrothorn, first pick of the entire draft.
Dude, I don't know why you guys are making such a big deal out of that. Like,
no, I'm just saying.
it's not
I'm
the
just
best.
saying there could have been other things. Ferrothorn, if it was Ferrothorn's second round, you know, no one would have laughed. No one would have said anything. Ferrothorn, first round, where people are talking. People are talking. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. That's fair, I suppose.
You know my opinions on Chris Elia as a Trick Room setter. It's my favorite one. This team looks scarily similar to the one that I made, but I think worse.
We'll get to.
But because this one, at least from what I can tell, does not operate outside of Trick Room at all.
Oh, we'll get to that too.
But yeah, I'm gonna pass it over to you right away.
Okay. So first off, there is not a single Pokemon
Also,
on this team that hits base 100 speed.
Pause. I think the green screen is working better with the new fit. What do you guys think in chat? I think the green screen is actually working a lot better. I think the pumpkins were messing everything up. Continue.
Probably. Yeah. So again, I must reiterate, not a single Pokemon on this team hits base 100 speed.
True.
Not one.
True. Not a single Pokemon. It's terrifying, actually.
Mimikyu is the fastest Pokemon at 96.
That's rough. That's
really bad. That is really bad.
It would be really bad if it would be really bad if like a team only one Pokemon hit 100 speed and it wasn't a Trick Room team. That'd be crazy. Continue what you're talking about.
Another thing. 3 ground weaknesses, 1 immunity, and it's Cresselia, your Trick Room setter, which has a lot of other things to be doing than just being your Earthquake switch in. Indeedee Trick Room in Prison, that's hype. That is fucking hype.
That was my Q impression.
What, saying nothing? Oh, alright. Let's fucking go, dude.
Continue. That was some upstairs neighbor behavior. I'm so sorry to my downstairs neighbor.
Yeah, no, dude, you definitely fucked up with dude, that's unbelievable. But I do appreciate the Third Strike reference. Shoutouts to Third Strike, the best game of all time. Anyways, that's really bad.
Sorry.
That's really bad. Again, another team that does not handle ground types well. Not great. Ferrothorn can only switch into random earthquakes so much. What else do I even say about this team, right? Like, it's another fucking... Oh. 1 hazard removal, and it's fucking Torkoal. Why is Torkoal even here? This is not a Sun team.
I agree.
Nothing on this team benefits from Sun.
I completely agree.
The only thing that, like, kind of benefits from Sun is Cresselia's Moonlight, which, like... Great for you, I guess. I don't know why it's here. I love Torkoal. Why? Like, that's negative synergy with Ferrothorn and Aegislash. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand.
What is happening? What the fuck just happened? Sorry.
What?
Continue.
Yeah, I don't know. This team's kind of weird. Oh yeah, also, the strongest special attacker on this team is Mega Garchomp, and then after that it's Porygon 2. And then nothing else reaches base 100. There's no special attackers on this team. Fucking none. No Torkoal doesn't fucking count.
I agree.
Yeah, this team needs a lot of changes.
So if you had to compare this team to the Trick Room team that I made, what would you say? Which one's better?
It's that one, yours. This one just kind of lacks a lot of good, consistent answers to a lot of very common things. It does feel like a lot of good Pokemon were cobbled together onto a team.
I agree with that completely. We can talk about that later. We can talk about that later. My team.
Okay. Right. So that's all I have to say. I need to go to the bathroom.
Okay, I'll run through what I got for the next team.
Good luck.
Starful Wishes. That guy right there. Not a fan. Not a fan. Also, that guy right there. Not a fan. Well, technically, is a fan. Me, I am not a fan of it. Jirachi's good. Chat's now catching on. It is a fan. Yes, my bad. The impossible chance, the 1 in a million chance where me saying I'm not a fan or it's not a fan, whatever, would have made me wrong. It did. That's just what you come to expect on these streams, where somehow if the world needs me to be wrong at any given time, it will find a way. That was one of them. Scolipede is disgusting. You know why? Because that was a snipe. And that was a snipe from the team that has Scolipede in the name. Scolipede's the mascot. Scolipede got sniped. Tragic. What did you say? Okay, Matt Pat? What do you even mean by that? What do you even mean? Scolipede, as I said, sniped. I don't know. It just, I don't know what Dragalge does in general. I don't know what that Pokemon does. I just know that it evolves from Funny Skrelp. which is a funny Pokemon. Mega Aerodactyl. Again, was thinking about putting that on my team. I think that Pokemon is very funny. Hoopa Unbound, I thought it was way better than it is. So I was scared when I saw that it was even on the list. And then I realized it's not as good as I thought it was. Still good. Did not realize it's not as good as I thought it was. All around, I'm not really sure. I mean, let's just let's not look at that Pokemon right there. Let's just cover that up. This team is very fair and fun and balanced. Add Jirachi. I want to die. But, that's how it goes. Whenever Cuthbert comes back, I can pass it over to them. They're clearly not back yet. You guys want to see me hit a Fortnite emote while they're gone? Okay, I'll. This one's called the Orange Justice. There it is. That's my Fortnite. This is what the stream has come to because I cannot talk about Pokemon for an extended period of time. Because I don't know enough about competitive Pokemon. Unfollows? I'm putting in so much work. Held a message for reason, parentheses, race, ethnicity, or religion. Do you guys want to know what the message was? The message that got held in chat by the auto mod was "Go white boy go." So we're gonna allow that one through. Almost got banned for that, actually. So we're gonna run that one through. But yeah, that was interesting. Interesting pickup, Automod. Thank you very much. I need more protection. It just said in chat, I'm gonna read it out for you. This is the command, /add permitted term, and the term white boy was added. What is this? What have we come to? What? That's insane. Did it hide it in the chat down here too? That's crazy. That's actually crazy. That's okay, that's absurd. Now chat. I know a lot of you are here for the draft. But I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for watching for however long this is taking and however long it's going to take. Thank you for watching.
All right, guys. How would you rate Josh's stalling on a scale of
I think my
10?
stalling was pretty incredible. Honestly, I'm gonna be so real. I think my stalling was incredible.
Uh-huh.
I hit a Fortnite emote.
What?
Anyways, it's time for your analysis.
What the fuck did you say to me?
I hit a Fortnite emote. Continue.
Okay. So, let me take a look. I'm a little disoriented. Yes, I see. Oh, wow. Okay. Alright. So, this team is a little strange. It does have a lot of weaknesses to common types, but at the same time, I feel like it has pretty good switch-ins. Like, yes, it has 4 ground weaknesses, but Mega Arrow is a lot more free to switch in on this team than the other one. And if you're letting Mega Aerodactyl get a free switch-in, that is very threatening and not something you generally want to deal with. So I'd say that's probably fine. The electric weakness is a little unfortunate though, because Dragalge... I mean, Dragalge is a good switch-in, but that's not the type of Pokemon you want to be running every single match, right? Like, Dragalge is a little bit more specific than that. But overall, like I think this team is like surprisingly good, all things considered. I do think Jirachi is probably going to need to be brought like most of the time, which is a little unfortunate, but Jirachi's generally really good anyways, so I don't think it matters too much. But you know, it's got great hazards, great hazard control too. Like Defog Feeny is a great Pokemon. It's got a good amount of pivoting, and a lot of baton pass too. Jesus. Frankly, like this is a
Baton Pass
pretty
allowed to swap its stats in this league?
not stats, like dry baton pass is allowed though.
Okay.
And like the stats on all these Pokemon are really good. Like you've got very big numbers across the board. Honestly,
the thing
like I really like this team.
The mod that I was questioning was Mega Autono. I don't know what it does.
Yeah, I don't really know what it does either.
That's
it's
crazy.
a
You're the person who's supposed to
defensive-
know, but that's fine.
It's a defensive wall, but like its ability is useless in singles. So
What is its ability?
like healer. It's supposed to like heal status conditions of your partner in doubles, but you know that does nothing in
Yeah.
singles, unfortunately.
Unfortunately,
It's got some good defensive numbers though.
it'd be cool. It'd be cool if
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really think Mega Audino is like even
if
good on
healers
this team.
healed. Imagine if healer healed status ailments of Pokemon that it switched out with. That'd be crazy.
That would be pretty neat. Yeah. Honestly, like
hey, Game
the only
Freak,
thing is,
Game Freak, free idea right
yeah,
there.
free idea. Honestly, the main thing that this team needs to do is probably just drop Mega Audino per ground type. That's all I can
Real.
really say.
Absolutely agree.
Other than that, I actually do really like this team.
There we go. Googer Goobers.
Alright.
Ooh, another
Oh, the
team that
Goober.
didn't have a logo. So, guess who made it? Guess who made it, chat? Guess who made it? Guess who made it?
Uh-huh.
Me. This team technically has its namesake. Maybe not its most pure form, but
Mm-hmm.
it is there. What does Mega Heracross do? Honest question.
It
Just punches stuff?
people really fucking hard with
Okay,
Skill Link.
yeah. Skill Link?
Yeah, it has skill link. It uses arm thrust. dude.
Jeez.
Beats the shit out of you.
I think the family of four is objectively funny.
Yeah, Mousehole is a very funny Pokemon. I love it.
I want to know your opinions. I don't really know. Maybe I'm crazy, but this seems like just a team of special attackers other than Mega Heracross. Am I crazy?
I mean, technically Iron Treads, but no, that's a fair point. And also Mousehold. Like Mousehold's attack stat is a little like deceiving because even though
That's
it's
true,
low,
Population
like,
Bomb.
Population Bomb is just
Yeah.
insane.
And with loaded dice, that means you get it 10 every time, right? Or is it just test
No,
10
you
every
run
time
scope
anyways?
lens
Oh, okay.
because it goes until you miss.
Oh, right. That is how it works. That's crazy.
Yeah, so a lot of Mousehold sets use scope lens just so that you can't miss. Which is pretty funny. Good stuff. But yeah, I mean, this team, ooh, there's a lot going on here. But I'd say, like, again, very good defensive cores all around on this team. I really like Iron Treads as a defensive ground type, and I love that the team like covers up its weaknesses pretty well. Like Mega Heracross is a great ground switch in because it takes very little from earthquakes and like punishes them severely, even just by like Swords Dancing. It's got really nice speed across the board with a good balance of like fast and slow. Noivern's a great Pokemon. I love it. You know,
I just realized
lots of
something.
hazard removers, like 5 actually. Treads and Blastoise both get Rapid Spin, and you get Superior, Rotom Wash, and Noivern Defog.
Even
You're
more-
probably not
even
going to
more
be running
Vacation
Defog
Dad
on
for-
Superior on this team just because you got so many other options, but it is nice to have. Looking around, I would say Blastoise feels kind of useless on this team. I don't like.
You've already got a bulky water on Rotom Wash, and you've already got so much hazard removal. I don't really know what Blastoise does here. It kind of feels like a wasted pick.
And so early in the draft. Too.
Everything else though, like honestly, I'm a big fan of this team. I'm very, very excited to see where this goes.
I'm taking this off.
Yeah, maybe the team's a little bit one-dimensional in terms of its physical offense. So if you do drop Blastoise, I would pick up a physically offensive Pokemon that can deal with ghosts. I know that's kind of specific, but like, what else are you going to use that pick on?
There you go.
Oh, the other thing that I almost forgot. One hazard setter, and it's Iron Treads, and nothing else. No spikes on Mega Heracross does not count, because Mega Hair is way better things to be doing than sending spikes.
Maybe I'm crazy, but do we get Blastoise replaced with like a physical dark type, or am I wrong?
Physical dark type, ideally, I think it's more pertinent to get another hazard setter.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, yeah, sorry, Echo. Echo is right. Wide lens is for accuracy. My mistake.
Scope lens is what?
Crit.
Crits? Yeah.
But yeah, so I would say drop Blastoise for another hazard setter. But other than that, this team is really
from
good.
The previous bit. Okay. Let's go on to the next team.
Oh,
Arcalon Incorporated.
Dude.
This is the second Incorporated.
This graphic isn't even close to accurate anymore. Because of how much that team has fucking changed.
What do you mean? Oh, right.
Well, yeah.
I want you to read off. I want you to read off all of the changes that this team has made.
Okay.
First, start with its name.
All right. So first of all, the team.
And also no. Everyone in chat who's saying we forgot to update it. Everyone who's saying in chat that we forgot to update it.
We did
our reviews are strictly for the teams that were drafted. We will talk about the free agents at the end, or a bit like at the end of this section.
I'll talk about it after I talk about the team
that was drafted.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that's what I meant by the end. Okay?
I'm still going to talk about it. I just I wasn't gonna fucking do this again. This took me like 10 minutes to get right. Okay.
But
I know you didn't just put a resident sleeper in chat. That's unbelievable.
Name was different. Honestly, we should have kept the name.
No, yeah, probably. So the original name was Kel's Collection, and I like this name way better.
It's the second Incorporated we've had. It's the second corporation. They must be trying to,
they're trying
to business tax
take over
business
Apple.
Tax breaks and all that. But I think this team, again, this is a Pokemon that I didn't know had different forms. That's a lie. I kind of knew, but I didn't know that it was just like an ability that changed it. I thought there were actually different Pokemon, or the items that changed it. Does that mean that I can run Ogerpon with a different item, or do I have to run the green mask?
No, it doesn't need to. Wait, does it need to do that?
Is there a green mask? Am I crazy?
No, there's no green mask. Regular Ogerpon can use any item.
So wait, okay, cool.
But the other forms need to hold their mask.
So I have arguably the better one. But Hearthflame. Anyways,
as I was saying.
Yeah, it's your turn.
I wasn't saying anything actually.
Rain team, here we go.
Yeah, this is a rain team. A rain team with Archaludon and fucking Kingdra, which is pretty nice. Ogerpon W also likes rain. I'm going off of the team after the free agencies. I do like how you went down from Magnezone to Magneton for the sake of saving points. I think that's a smart move, especially because this team only needs like specific steel types removed. So, and Magneton can generally take care of them. Let's see, what else? Galarian Moltres is kind of just like a whatever Pokemon in my opinion. Also, Landorus Incarnate is not my favorite, like, glue ground type, but also I can understand why you would want it on this team. So I'm not gonna make too much of a fuss about it. Like, I understand why it's there.
Yeah.
The main thing is oh my god, this team has so many fucking U-turners. 5 U-turn, 1 flip turn, and a volt switch. Jesus Christ.
There you go.
It has 3 defoggers too. I don't like that. Like, on a rain team, our Chaladon should never be using rocks. And then, outside of that, your hazards are Landorus Incarnate rocks and Ogerpon spikes. So, I think this team could benefit from 1 more hazard setter. But overall, I do think this team became a lot better after the changes. Yeah. No, I like this team now. It's not
What
a
is
very
this team now?
traditional
Read it
rain
off.
team.
Can you read it off?
The team now is Ogerpon Water, Archaladon,
Kept.
Azumarill,
Huh?
Mega Venusaur, Pelipper,
Okay.
Silvally, Landorus
Changed.
Incarnate,
Same.
Magneton, Kingdra,
Different.
and
Different.
Galarian Moltres.
Different. Cool.
Yeah, so overall, I think the team's a lot better. It's not a traditional rain team, but I think the synergy it does have is pretty good. And despite being a rain team, it is not a rain team that's super threatened by electric, which is very nice.
Cool.
It's like Mega Venusaur on rain teams is so nasty, and I feel like it's kind of unexplored.
Well, we'll be exploring it this season.
Yep.
Next team. The Haunted Express.
Oh, this team. Okay.
So the thing
this
is,
is
you
the team
can't,
I've been looking forward to talking about.
we're not really going to be able to zoom in fully on the logo here, but just know it is very, very detailed. Beautiful logo. Beautiful logo. Even includes the logo that I originally made, which was just a Thomas the Tank Engine with Ghastly as its face.
Mhm.
But I have one question. That's not a real Pokemon. What is that?
Oh, Zarude?
What is that?
It's a funny Pokemon. It's a bulky grass type with U-turn.
Is that
You never heard of
it's real? I'm
Yeah,
being
that's
told
a
that
real
it
Pokemon.
what? It has a movie? So it has a movie? This
Does it have a
Pokemon
movie?
has a movie?
Oh my god, it has a movie.
Oh my.
Holy shit,
Why?
I didn't even know that.
Why does this Pokemon have a movie?
Because it's a
What?
mythical or something.
Whatever. I did not just see Zarude Sandstorm in chat. I did not see that chat message. Mods? Mods? Okay.
Delete that
Um,
message.
Shiinotic also scares me. Always has, ever since it was introduced.
Yeah,
The
it's
soulless
not funny.
eyes. Scared of that Pokemon. But yeah, I'm gonna let you go. I don't really have anything else to say. I've made a lot of comments on a lot of these Pokemon already.
Okay, yeah. All right, this
Klefki,
team
though.
is fucking
Klefki's funny.
terrifying. All right, this team, it has such overwhelming offense coupled with like great defensive support. Like great hazards, like Gliscor is such an amazing Pokemon. Mega Lopunny and Latios is a very nasty offensive core. Oh man, I feel like a lot of like even types that it should theoretically be weak to has a lot of great switch-ins. Like, yeah, there are more fairy weaknesses than resistances, but Nidoqueen is such a great fairy switch-in.
And that was originally supposed to be Nidoking, correct?
Yeah, that was originally supposed to be Nidoking,
It's not that big of a
but
downgrade, right?
it's really not that big of a difference. Like, Sheer Force, Sludge Wave, or whatever the fuck is still really strong.
Forgot Sludge Wave was a move.
Lots of U-turn, lots of switch potential on this team. Like, this team can generate momentum insanely fast, and even most of the defensive Pokemon get switch moves as well. Like, Electros still gets Volt Switch, and, Zarude gets U-turn and stuff like that.
Don't want to interrupt.
And, like, then you just, like, keep switching until you can get something like Blacephalon in,
Relax.
and it just nukes you,
I
and
did
you
not
die.
eat today.
Araquanid, Sticky Webs can help you get set up a lot of the time and just let some Pokemon like Blacephalon or Latios just completely dominate after nothing outspeeds it anymore.
if.
I really like this team. I will say, the one worry I have with this team is that its physical defense is kind of low outside of Gliscor, and that's a little bit concerning. That this team could fall to like significant physical hits, so it will require some like dancing around and probably more physical defense investment than you would like. But well, it's not frail. The team isn't frail. It's just that it's a little bit limited in terms of physical defense. Other than that, though, great team. I love this team.
Fantastic team. I kind of feel like I think I've realized that I'm kind of like the Subway Surfers on top of the clip of the TV show. You're the TV show. I'm like the Subway Surfers to keep everybody entertained while, you know, everything's like talking. But yeah, this team is sick.
Yeah. No, the team is sick. I
Except
love
that
this team.
Pokemon. That Pokemon, fucked up. Next team. Okay, dude.
Wow, I wonder what dumb dickhead made this team.
Okay, dude. This team sucks. Okay.
I wonder what fucking
Let me be clear,
idiot
this
made
team-
this team.
This team sucks.
Yeah, this team is garbage.
Tapu
Who the
Lele,
fuck
Tapu
made
Lele.
this?
Tapu Lele does nothing. Okay, don't even worry about it. Don't even worry. Throw it out the window. Whenever whoever's prepping for this team, just throw it out the window. It's not even going to be a factor. Darkrai, same thing. Sneasler, that's the real threat right there. Sneasler's the real threat. Got to worry about Sneasler. Don't know what it does. It's really scary. Corviknight was a huge snipe, actually, I think. Corviknight sniped like three people wanted Corviknight. Eclipse is not spelled wrong. This is how they spelled it. I
Yes,
would know. I saw the document.
It was spelled differently on purpose, Kel. Don't worry. If you were a real Kel, you would understand.
Also, you can tell it was spelled correctly on my end because it's like that in the logo. Garchomp, funny. Starmie, funny. Heatran, funny. Celebi, funny. Skuntank, that is my Terra Captain right there. That is my Terra Captain right there.
My fucking Terra Captain.
That is my
Alright.
goat. Okay.
That's
y'all
my goat.
y'all don't know the bill. Y'all don't know Aftermath like I do. Okay. Y'all ain't been hit by Aftermath after a long night drinking with the boys, and you come home, you accidentally trip over Skuntank, it dies, and you have to just deal with the aftermath. It's the worst. Anyways, Carbink, I don't even know what that Pokemon does. I think that thing is literally like, that is the male Combee of Diancie. That's what that is. Like, that's not even a joke. I think it literally is. Hey, wait,
no.
We're getting another call. Diancie also has a movie. What?
Yes, Diancie has a movie.
Where do I get movie? Where do I get a movie? When do I get a movie?
Yeah, honestly, I'm down for that.
Anyways, go talk about your team, bud.
What do you want me to talk about? You want me to just like fucking like, oh my god, I'm the best. I made
Chat
a
doesn't
fucking
even know.
amazing team.
Chat doesn't even know. I'm getting in the closet.
You're getting the, yeah,
Goodbye.
get in there. Go, leave. Let me talk for a while. All right, about how amazing my team is. I mean, what do you guys want me to talk about, right? Like, yeah, I like this team. I like didn't get sniped at all, and I didn't snipe anybody, so clearly these were Pokemon nobody really wanted. Like, I fucking like I got some different type cores. Whereas my Umbreon, I didn't want it. I've been using this team name and the logo.
Oh
for
yeah,
like 3
actually, that's
years.
so true. No, that's so true. This is a missing mascot Pokemon. Thank you, Chatter, who brought that up. This team sucks even more. Hate this team. Continue.
You get back in the closet so I can talk.
Getting back in.
Thank you. Jesus. But yeah, I mean, like, I try to go for type cores, like, you know, Dragon Fairy Steel with Heatran, Garchomp, and Lele. And, you know, I tried to get some... I didn't try to focus too much on the Psychic terrain, but, like, Starmie and Celebi are still options. You know, Sneasler, Unburden in Psychic terrain, pretty nice, but Sneasler works very well outside of it, too, so it's not a big deal. The double steal with Corviknight and Heatran, I love that. I really wanted that so bad, and I'm glad I got it. Garchomp's my dog. Like, I love Garchomp. I love that dude. I'm so glad I got him. I was originally thinking Mega Garchomp, but regular Garchomp's just better. So
Explain
yeah,
that.
I mean that's all I really have to talk about it. I just really like this
Explain
team.
How is regular Garchomp better than Mega Garchomp? Explain that.
It's faster and has an item slot.
Okay, but that's a Mega. And
I
Mega
don't
Pokemon
care.
are always better. What do you mean?
Can we move on
Mega-
to the next slide, please?
Mega Pokemon are always better. Everyone knows that. There's not a single Mega Pokemon who's worse than the original. Everyone knows this. This is a commonly accepted fact. Anyways.
Okay.
Bright Boys! This team is wild. Ninetales.
Yeah, it's
Does Ninetales get Drought?
yeah, it's a Sun team.
Okay. I was looking at it and I was like, what is the Sunsetter here? And then I looked at Ninetales. I'm like, oh, that must be it. That has to be.
Ninetales was the OG Sunsetter, dude.
Yeah.
Before there was fucking Torkoal or Mega Charizard Y.
Oh my god, they're right. Imagine. It's
The
a Sun
Trick
Trick Room team. This is our 6th or 7th Trick Room team of the
Dude, that
draft.
doesn't even make any sense. Like, this team's like hella fast. Why would it be a Trick Room team?
Well, it's for the other.
What,
make
for
it
Mega
fair.
Camerupt?
Just to make it fair.
Like,
Mega Camerupt is one of the coolest looking megas. I will completely agree with that fact. Mega Camerupt is one of the coolest looking megas by far. I love that Pokemon. I didn't even know that Brute Bonnet was a thing. That is weird.
yeah, it's a past Paradox Pokemon. If you played
So-
Scarlet and Violet, you would know.
See, I would have, but Rabombi.
Anyways,
Rabombi.
Rabombi's fucking sick. I love that Pokemon.
Why?
Because it's awesome.
Tell us
It
more.
has sticky webs.
It does? That's actually crazy. So
Yeah,
so your goal is to make them slow and then set up Trick Room so they're even faster. That's a bold strategy actually. I want to see how it works out. Use that against me actually. Use sticky webs into Trick Room on me, please.
All right, dude.
All right. Let's get your opinion on this.
All right, thoughts. I mean, this team is scary, right? Like, when you have this many different like Sun abusers on a team, it's hard to like not be a little bit scared. But like,
sets up
much like I said earlier, I feel like this team dives way too deep into it and kind of sacrifices a lot of like defensive integrity to do so. Right?
I
Like,
agree.
first of all, hazards. 2 hazard setters. Runa Regis and Mega Camerupt. And the idea of Mega Camerupt wasting a turn that it's not instantly dying on Stealth Rocks makes me sad. It makes me
Yeah,
it
that's
makes me
rough.
unbelievably sad.
That's rough. Mega
Secondly-
Camerupt was the Groudon we always wanted. Anyways.
Ironically, like, this team's only flying switch in is Raging Bolt, which I'm not. I don't know. I don't really like that.
Nice. That's a
That
bit rough. I would agree.
is a bit rough. Yeah. The team is super powerful, but I feel like it's like weirdly. Like, it needs to bring Pokemon that I really don't think it should to cover up, like, specific defensive weaknesses. Like, Brute Bonnet is a fine Pokemon, I just don't like it for how offensive this team is. But, like, you kind of need to bring it, or else you just die to ground types, like, an insane amount. Unless you want to bring fucking Charizard to be your fucking ground switch in which case, good luck. You know, Godspeed.
It's not even Mega.
But no, it's just regular ass Charizard.
Honestly, looking at this team, it feels like it wanted to draft Mega Charizard Y. Am I crazy?
I don't think it would have had the points for that.
That's true. But I'm saying like early.
Maybe, I don't know. Did anybody even take Mega Charizard Y?
I believe
Oh,
so.
Logan
like,
did.
Like
But it's
round
like a
3.
third round.
Like
Yeah.
round 3.
I wanted
Just something to think about.
Diancie instead of Runa Regis. I can understand that.
All right. Ready to move on?
Yeah, it seems weird.
Okay. I don't even know hard to catch. Is that how you say it? Hard to catch charge? What?
I believe so.
What is that? That is a turtle.
That is a turtle.
What? Wait, I'm okay. I'm gonna be so for real. I am just seeing this team for the first time.
This team was drafted on vibes, dude. And I mean that seriously.
Are they allowed to draft
Why-
12 Pokemon?
No. There's 11.
So all of the points they didn't use, where do they go?
They just get unused.
That sucks.
Yeah.
This
17
team,
leftover points.
Hey, you know what? This team gets an A+ from me, the vibes guy. Based on how cool,
dude, this team
based on how
is
cool this
vibed
team
out of its
is,
mind.
this team is cool as fuck. This team is awesome. But I think this team is great. I think this team is fantastic. Actually, I think this team is one of the best teams you've seen all day. So let's go over and see what the analysis has to say. I mean, surely they
What
won't
do you
be
want me
mean
to
about
say
it.
about this?
Surely they won't
what do
be
you
mean.
want? What do you want me to? Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! What do you want me to say about this, huh?
Compliment it to tell us the strengths.
All right. It's got some very good offensive pieces. I really
how
like
many of these Pokemon learn
Terrapagos.
Endeavor?
Endeavor.
How many of these Pokemon learn
Don't ask me
Endeavor
that.
and hold the Focus Sash? That
Don't be
is
mean. There's other things
that
this
is
team can do.
that is a Pikachu, Endeavor, Focus Sash, Quick Attack. That's what I'm seeing.
Okay,
and that's gonna take
constructive
a kill.
criticism. Yeah. So the constructive criticism on this team is that there are 3 Pokemon that are just like completely worthless, right? Like Fuecoco, Pikachu, and Wormadam are just terrible Pokemon across the board.
I wouldn't say that.
And you wouldn't say that?
I wouldn't say that. I think they're
Okay. Anyways, point being is that I would replace them. The other main issue with this team, first of all, Terrapagos is the only Stealth Rock setter, and
good. That's what we're talking about?
I'm getting there. Let me go one at a time. There's one Stealth Rock setter, and you don't want Terrapagos to be, like, forced into a role because of how versatile it is, right? It's a great Pokemon. I love Terrapagos, but you need to take advantage of its versatility more, especially when you have a Pokemon like Mega Gardevoir that loves to take advantage of hazards in order to break a hole through a team. The big issue is like the types. You have 4 fire weaknesses, and your only resistance is Fuecoco. That's probably gonna die anyways. Not ideal. And rock types are also not ideal because Kartana is the only resist, and Kartana is not the type of Pokemon you want to be like switching in very often.
talking
Kartana
about the
should be
piece of
like
paper,
a late
right?
game cleaner or revenge killer. Yeah, the literal piece of paper.
But isn't that mon really good?
Kartana's great. Kartana's a great Pokemon. There's a lot of good Pokemon on this team. Like Kartana Mega Gardevoir is a great combo. Zapdos I love, Terrapagos I love. Sylveon and Sneasel are great Pokemon too. And Gourgeist is pretty great too. And Meloetta, like there's good Pokemon on this team. I just feel like, you know, like there were like 3 wasted picks, and like the type synergy isn't really there. So if I had to make recommendations, I would most likely drop Wormadam for a water type, Pikachu for a solid ground type, and then Fuecoco for something that resists fire and rock. So like maybe like a water ground if you can find it. That's all I have to say. I think there is potential here.
You know what is 1 point? Whiscash.
What? Whiscash is 1 point, technically. So if you want to go for that, be my guest.
All I'm saying. All I'm saying. All right.
All right.
Ready to move on?
Yeah, I'm ready to move on.
Next team. I love this.
Yes.
This might be my favorite logo. I'm not even gonna lie. This might be my favorite logo.
Oh
The parental
yes, the
advisory
Gen
is so
3
funny.
OU team. Oh, hey, Riley followed. Holy shit.
What was up?
All right, so this is the Gen 3 OU team for the most part because that's the metagame that Ellie plays. It's Gen 3 OU.
Okay.
So like you've got T-Tar, Better, Donphan, Alakazam, Moltres, Milotic, Breloom. You got most of the Gen 3, like a good chunk of Gen 3 OU staples.
You got a sub.
Oh my god,
What?
Riley, thanks for the sub.
Oh my god. Got a sub.
I don't like ads.
Ads are working! Ads are working, chat! All of you said it didn't work. You know, I've been so committed to this community to turn off the ads. But,
Uh-huh.
people just
We're all
keep
very
getting them.
proud of you. Okay, so now as for the team, like as a whole, oh, that speed gap is gross. It goes from 120 on Dugtrio to 94 on Tinkaton. That's a lot of Pokemon that don't need to run plus speed natures. I don't really like that.
Okay, alright, okay. That is the first sound effect of the night. That hurt. Let's not keep doing that. Let's not do that anymore. Continue, please. Sorry about
Okay, yeah, so no, you're good. I understand. Weirdly enough, this team doesn't have great water switch-ins, which is not a type that you want to be like super weak against. I understand Breloom is a pretty solid water switch-in, but I mean Breloom can only switch in so many times, especially in this metagame where everything's so much stronger. Bulky Breloom isn't a great. Also, there's so many ice weaknesses on this team, like to a lot of very important Pokemon too. Like your only ice resistances are Tinkaton and Milotic, which are both like pretty passive, all things considered.
Yeah.
And you know, I would have preferred an ice resist that can get more progress done. Let's see, what else? I do like how well balanced the offenses are. There's like a good mix of physical and special attackers. There's a lot of hazards, like a ton of stuff on this team can set hazards. So no Pokemon will be pigeonholed. And there's not like a ton of hazard removal, but the ones that you do have are great. The pivoting is pretty okay, even though Alakazam's never really going to pivot ever. You know, teleport
Tell me
on
about it.
Deoxys defense. You know, flip turn, Milotic, and then you got U-turn on Moltres and Crobat. That's pretty good. Overall, I think the team is solid. It just has like a couple of things that I would tweak in order to make sure that they don't run into some unfavorable matchups against Water and Ice.
There we go. Especially Garchomp. Garchomp's got much for ice.
Yeah, we love Mega Garchomp out here. Great Pokemon.
Logan, if you can hear me.
Oh.
Logan, if you can hear me. Take a game. Logan, if you can hear me, take a game.
Take a game.
Oh my god, I love this team. This team is so
man.
funny. This team is so funny. It is a mono fire team, and it actually has a Sunsetter. This team is so funny. If we get God, this team is so funny. It is a mono fire team that still took Scovillain, which is crazy.
No, dude, Scovillain's like the best part about this team.
What are you talking about? Yeah, it gets chlorophyll. Yeah, it's a fire grass. But like, if you're gonna go full on, this is not it. This is not it.
Dude, I think you're capping.
I mean, I was a very big Scovillain fan until Ogerpon Hearthflame became a thing.
Well, there's a little bit of a difference in points between Ogerpon H and Scovillain.
Okay.
Okay, so
Review.
it's mono fire. What do you want me to say, right? Like, yeah, this. This
wait,
team...
can I add a comment?
Go ahead.
I think you might have to look out for water types. If I had to guess, I think water types might be a problem for you.
I actually think this team's biggest problem
I
is
guess-
like the flying types. Like, there's no flying switching on this team.
A Volcanion could be your water switch-in,
That's not ideal.
or Scovelin, but I really don't know
No, it's
what-
Volcanion. Volcanion gets water
who you're going
absorbed.
for. Well, there you go. Is that its only ability? What's its other ability?
That's its only ability.
Sorry, hold up, sorry. You're kidding.
No,
That's a joke.
that's its only ability. Is water absorb.
Volcanion has a movie.
Yep.
What am I even doing here, dude? What am I even doing here? When do I get my movie?
Have a movie?
Game Freak?
I don't
Game
fucking
Freak?
know. Honestly, you gotta step up your game if you're not getting a fucking movie. I have a movie.
No, you fucking don't. I would have been there. I would have been there for that movie.
You would have been
We'll groovy
front
tonight.
seat, dude.
Anyways, continue.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's a mono fire team. What do you want me to say? Like, yeah, it gets destroyed by water types. It gets destroyed by ground types. Like, it gets destroyed by rock types. What do you want me to say? Like, as one stealth rock setter, I guess. Like, what? The team's bad, okay? Like,
There we go. All right, next team.
There we
Next
go.
team.
Okay, is that what you were waiting for?
Scheming Solapedes. Here we go. Unfortunately, got sniped out of their mascot. Unfortunately. Drafted Clefairy, round 2. Kind of hype,
That's
actually.
kind of funny.
That's kind of hype. I don't know what this team does.
I feel like you've said that for a lot of teams.
That's
so
because I
far.
really just don't know what this team does.
Well, so okay.
I've only
What-
ever
what-
seen Armarouge used. I've only ever seen Armarouge used in terrain. Does this team set up terrain?
No, but Armarouge can be used in other ways.
Huh, okay.
Uh,
Run it down.
Yeah, so, okay.
The speed on this team is a little deceptive. I know it seems like there's a lot of very slow Pokemon on this team, but Dragapult's super fast, Megalodios is 110 base, and Armarouge has weak armor, which makes its speed a little deceptive.
It does have weak armor. That's true. I didn't
Yeah,
think of that.
so I feel like generally it's a little deceptive. That being said, in terms of like forcing your opponent to run a certain amount of speed EVs, this team isn't very great at doing that. Like base 100s will just be able to go adamant every single time.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't like how 3 of the most important Pokemon on this team are all weak to ice. Empoleon is a great ice switch-in, but having Dragapult, Megalodios, and Ting-Lu all be weak to ice, when those are some of your most important Pokemon, I can't get behind that.
Yep.
What else? Yeah, some decent pivoting. Stealth Rocks, I mean, Ting-Lu is generally just a hazard stacker, so it's not that big of a deal.
Funny
Good
ruination.
balanced offenses. Yeah, funny ruination. Good balanced offenses. Honestly, I think the team overall really just needs like a little bit more immediate speed and maybe like something to cover ice types a little bit better.
Yeah. There you have
But honestly, otherwise, like I think this team's fine.
it. Yeah.
Not my favorite, but not like the worst thing in the world either. It's fine.
Next team. Guys, they're matching. Everyone clap. Everyone clap in
Oh my
chat for
God.
matching teams. Everyone clap in chat for matching teams.
You
Clap.
done?
Yep, I'm good.
Okay.
Dundozo.
Glad you got
Funny
that out of your system.
Dundozo. Funny Dundozo. Among Us. The Among Us. I'm gonna be so for real. I forgot that Pidgeot got a Mega.
Yeah, because you never see it.
I looked at that and I was like, that's a Hackmon. But no,
That's a Hackmon.
no, this is a Mega Pidgeot. I think this team's actually pretty cool.
Oh no, this team is okay. I wouldn't call it cool, but it is good.
What, do you think this
And
team's lame?
You'll see what I mean when we get
Okay,
there.
speak on this. Speak on this. Speak on why this team is lame and sucks, in your words.
Well, are you done talking? I don't want to interrupt you.
No, in your words, speak on why this team is bad and you hate it. That's what you said, not me. Speak on it.
I think this team is very stally and defensive. Most of the Pokemon on this team are dedicated to being Pokemon that are defensive and will just soak up a bunch of hits and wear you down over time. And not that I have anything against defensive playstyles. That is just the truth of the matter, and I accidentally deleted my doc that I was using for checking people's teams, so I need
Did
to
you
reopen that.
actually?
Yeah, I accidentally closed the tab.
Oh, I thought you said delete it.
I didn't delete it, I
thought you
closed the
deleted the
tab.
document. That would have been insane.
That would have been really bad, 'cause anyways, I listen, if you can beat the stall allegations, I will gladly take it back, alright? But from what I see, this is like a prototypical, like, wear you down type of team. And then, like, finish with King Gambit or
They
something.
just called you an NPC. Are you gonna take that?
I did not call you an NPC. When did I ever say
You gonna
that?
take that? You said prototypical.
That does not mean an NPC.
NPC allegations coming out from Crystal here. Coming out from Cuthbert. Crazy. I would never say something like that. Anyway.
Oh my god, I'm sorry
Continue.
that I'm just saying it how it is. Oh,
Continue.
No,
Continue
I'm done.
talking.
I'm done talking.
Okay.
I'm done
next
talking.
Team.
Clearly,
Next
they
team.
don't want to
Here we
hear
go.
what I have to say.
Next team. Here we go. Ooh!
Really?
Ooh! Now this team. This
Oh.
team is hot. This team is hot. God, look at this team. Look at this fantastic team here. Mr. Spoons all the way at the end. The only Mr. Spoons in the entire draft league. Incineroar, funny Incineroar, based Incineroar. We love Incineroar here. Parting Shot is objectively funny, and I do not care. As you can see, me and my mascot are matching. Look at the glasses. We are matching. He, unfortunately, is in hell, as you can see. But I am not. I am very much alive. Keldeo, I always end up with Keldeo no matter what I do. It always ends up somewhere on my draft team. I don't even like it that much.
It just keeps showing up at your
It
house.
just keeps on showing up, and it's like at that point it like shows up with a group of like 4 other people, and at that point it's not like, oh, 3 of you can stay, or 4 of you can stay, and Keldeo, you have to leave, so it kind of has to stay and be part of the function, which really sucks, but also it does its job, so that's funny. Dragonite, awesome, love that Pokemon. Ogerpon, I get to put funny items on this one. Funny items on this one. Snorlax is my tank. Snorlax is my tank. I don't have a high defense stat, but that hopefully gets mitigated by Incineroar's Intimidate plus Parting Shot. Caesar is my defog man, plus U-turn. Quagsire, that's my trap setter. That is my hazard setter. I love him with all my heart. And guess what? I did not miss my mascot Pokemon in the draft. Hisuian Braviary, I was looking at it earlier.
Very proud of you.
I was looking at Hisuian Braviary, and I was like, what does this Mon do but look cool? And I couldn't answer that question, but they're staying on the team because they look cool. And then we got Togi. Togi was my final pick. It got called out by Echo, and it was really scary. But they also guessed Carbink, and I really wanted someone to snipe Carbink so that it would get sniped off of Cuthbert's team. But, you know.
I'm glad that you're such a supportive friend that
Well,
you
I didn't
want
say
me to get
anything.
sniped.
I didn't say anything. I didn't say that. And,
Yeah,
off the record.
Zane, we're like almost done in general. We have like 4 more teams. Where the fuck have you been?
All right.
Were
but,
you the
this
one that
is-
said we should be doing it tonight? Fuck you, dude.
This is my beautiful team. This is my beautiful team. Hey Zane, go check the VOD. Go check the VOD for your review. Go check the VOD. Wonderful team here. Absolutely beautiful.
All right, do you want me to break it down?
No
now?
notes. Yeah, go for it.
All right, you're not going to be able to see it, but
Don't pull any punches. So I want you to talk.
your
I want
flying
you to
type
talk
switch in
about-
is Togedemaru.
That's true. And your point.
Quagsire is your only hazard setter.
That's true. Your point. It's coming every game.
I mean, I guess I can't argue with that. I think that the team is pretty solid.
I agree with that.
Instin's
actually.
probably going to be a bring every single week too,
That was
just
the
to
plan.
make up for the lack of physical defense.
That was
Yeah.
the plan. That was the plan.
Okay.
Because here's the thing. Even if they know it's coming, it still works, right?
Right.
And
The
so
team's got a lot of pivoting. You know, a lot of
It does.
U-turn.
it does. See? Pivot.
And you cover most types pretty well.
So I want you to talk about my speed stat, actually.
You mean how Mega Alakazam is fast as fuck, and then
Yeah.
everything else
Oh
is
my
like...
god, I forgot. Everything else doesn't crack 100.
Well, no, Ogerpon and Keldeo are 110 and 108, respectively.
I was totally wrong. I've been doing a bit the entire stream where I'm like, hey chat, none of my Pokemon are over 100 speed. But then I realized that I'm literally lying to everyone in chat, which is crazy. Because Mega Alakazam is like so fast.
Yeah, no,
My
dude,
team's
Mega
even better-
Alakazam
guys,
is
my team's even better than I
insanely
thought.
fast.
My team's even
Dude,
better
it's
than I
got a
thought.
175 special attack and 150 speed. That thing is a monster.
Yeah, it's gonna sweep a few teams.
It fucking better, because what else on this team is going to do that?
Nothing.
Dragonite.
Oh, that's true.
D-Dance Dragonite.
That's true.
But also, defensive Dragonite is so fun.
What,
I love that
multi-scale?
mod. Yeah, multi-scale with boots, so you don't take
Ooh.
rocks. Ooh.
But
Ooh.
yeah, I love my team. I think my team's great. I'm gonna be totally real.
I'm sure you do.
So
Good
what
for you.
do you think my weaknesses are?
I think your weakness is that Togedemaru is not a Pokemon you should be bringing,
Ever?
not ever, but not a lot, and it's your only flying resistance,
Oh,
which
that's
is
true.
not great.
That's true, but I have
um,
Snorlax, so I'll just tank it.
Yeah, you think Snorlax is just gonna tank Brave Birds from like Staraptor or something?
Yeah, I'll make it, and it'll tough it out because it doesn't want to see me sad.
Okay, dude.
Anyways, I think this team is beautiful. I put my heart and soul into this team. You know what? We're gonna go to championships together. Go next.
All right, who's next? Luna's
Team Ball.
Ooh, Team Ball. Oh,
Team
this
Ball.
is the snow team.
This is the snow team. This is the Slush Rush snow team that I've been warned about in VC.
Warned about?
Anyways, your turn to talk.
What,
I have nothing to
you
say
haven't
about this
said
Pokemon.
anything. You have
I have
nothing
I
to
have
say.
nothing.
Not a single
Okay,
thing.
okay,
You have
fine.
no
I'll
thoughts
say
on any of
one
these
thing.
Pokemon.
I'll say one thing. So Titan, that thing is ugly. That thing is ugly. When it
You have
opens
no
its
thoughts
mouth,
on Funny Cloyster?
I hate Cloyster. You already know that. I hate Cloyster.
What?
I hate that Pokemon. So Titan, that thing when it opens its mouth is terrifying, absolutely terrifying, because that front horn is on the top of its head, and the two horns above it, the gray horns, are on the bottom of its head. And so when it opens its mouth, it's like, it's so gross. It's so gross. Arctozolt is also just an affront to humanity. It looks like it's in constant agony. And that doesn't make
I
me
mean,
feel
isn't
good.
it like quite literally an affront to humanity in
Yeah.
lore too?
Yeah, and it does not make me feel good when I look at it.
Don't tell me
Galarian
Luna's
Snoking.
not here when we finally get to their team.
Galarian Snoking is freaky. I don't like that guy. He would answer the call of Freak Bob at 3 a.m. Rotom Heat. What is that? Just like an overheat spammer? I don't even know what that does.
You said it was funny when we said it in Ruby.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking like mechanically.
Well, that's my job.
Oh, okay.
What, you gonna
My
put me
bad.
out of a job?
My bad. I could never put you out of a job. I don't know enough.
You know I fucking need this paycheck to live, right?
Paycheck? You're not getting paid.
Dude, you're getting
Anyways.
subs and you're not paying me half?
Okay, I'll give you half. Here, take $2. Like, what are we talking?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Mega Metacham. Mega Metacham. That thing kicks, right? That's like what it does. Or am I crazy?
How could you tell?
Because it's standing on one foot, and that usually means the other foot's going through my throat.
It's got good knees. What?
Okay. Articuno Gallery.
What?
Don't know what that does.
I think it's like a setup sweeper or something.
Is Avalog Hisui the lower defense, higher attack one? Or am I crazy?
Dude, I don't know. It's fucking Ice Rock. Like,
It is Ice Rock. It's a problem. It's a fucking problem.
It's
But anyways-
shit on my boy's looks.
Anyways, it does look like Avalog Hisui just climbed through a mudslide and did not clean up before walking in the house. Their parents, their mom specifically.
Who's the mom of this team? Do you think it's like Manaphy or something? Do you think Manaphy makes like?
I think it's Alolan Ninetales. Am I crazy? Am I crazy
You
in saying
think?
that?
Oh, you think Alolan Ninetales is making like packed lunches for each of these Pokemon?
I would think
I think
so.
Alolan Ninetales is making a packed lunch for Cloyster.
Manaphy is going to daycare, so
If he's going to take it.
like,
So Nidoking the dad then? Is Nidoking the dad
why
that
is
just
this
goes
what
to
our
work
why
all
is
day
this
and
what,
doesn't
why
come
is this
home?
what our commentary is broken down to? It's just who is the mom of this team.
We should have been doing this for the other teams. I don't know. Like, this is the funniest thing we've done all day.
I mean, yeah, this team is. Hold up. What?
Dude, are you doing this bit again? Oh my
Hold on.
god. We get it. You have a fucking secret
Guys?
agent in your ear at all times.
My source may be incorrect, but I believe Manaphy has a movie.
You've never seen that movie? That one's actually good.
I've never seen that movie, but apparently it
You've
has
never
one.
seen the Manaphy? Dude, it's a
Where's my
Pokemon
movie?
Ranger movie.
Where's my movie?
Dude, it's a
let's
Pokemon
go on-
Ranger movie.
Let's go on to analysis. What do you think about this team mechanically?
Okay. Ooh. So I like the core of this team, right? Like I understand that the
What
idea
is the
behind
core?
this team.
Just so I know. For
Would you fucking let me finish? God. No. Okay, I can teach you.
in the
So
closet?
the core.
Getting in the closet.
You don't have to go in the closet. Come back. I need my Subway Surfers. God damn it, he's gone. Fuck. Well, now I don't feel motivated to talk about the team at all.
I feel motivated.
Virgil? Anyways, so, like, the general idea behind this team is that, like, using Snow and Alolan Ninetales, it sets up Aurora Veil, and then brings in some, like, very dangerous Pokemon like Cloyster, or Manaphy, or Mega Metacham to just, like, punch a hole through the team. I just think, again, like the other weather teams, this one kind of just leaned into it too hard. And so,
That's so loud.
like-
That one's so loud. Sorry, that was
like the main issue that I think this team runs into is just a lack of type diversity. Like,
I'm surprised you didn't talk about that on my team.
I don't think it's as bad there as it is here. Like, there's 7 rock weaknesses on this team, which isn't so much of an issue for like taking rock attacks. More so, it's an issue when switching in with stealth rocks up,
Y'all are
right?
fucking killing me.
Because you don't want all 7 of these Pokemon running boots. Like Cloyster, you don't want to be
Are we
running.
able to double up items?
No, you cannot double up items.
Wait, then how are all 7 gonna wear boots?
Oh, you mean double up as in like multiple Pokemon on the same team?
Yeah.
Yeah, they can.
Oh, crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, that actually changes some of the things I'm planning. That's fantastic to know.
There's no item clause.
That's awesome.
Uh-huh.
For me, specifically.
I'm sure it is. Anyways, the point I'm trying to make here is that
Like, it just stacks a lot of very common weaknesses. And while I do appreciate the attempt later in the draft to like cover up those weaknesses, I feel like it wasn't enough, right? I feel like maybe dropping like, I don't know, fucking I don't even know, to be honest. Wow, that's crazy. But
Cuthbert
I'd
doesn't
say-
know for the first time in their life.
yeah, the speed also capping at 109 isn't great, but you have Slush Rush, so that's not that big of a deal. It's just something to keep in mind. Also, Nidoking being your only rocker is also not great, but again, like, you have multiple toxic spikers, so it's not the worst thing in the world. Especially since generally this team seems to like spikes more than stealth rocks.
Yeah.
Just because flying types get blown up by like ice attacks anyways, so.
Yep.
There's not a lot of pivoting going on here either, in terms
It
of
just
like
seems-
actually getting these Pokemon onto the field.
To me, it just seems like set up and let's the Titan roll, right? Am I crazy in saying that?
Well, it's Titan or like Arctozolt or like get like a setup sweeper in, like Cloyster or Manaphy. Mega Metacham can generally like punch a hole through all types of teams. I think this team can work. I just think it's going to require more careful play than you'd normally want in a team like this.
Yeah, I agree.
But
All right,
overall,
ready?
I'd say it's fine.
All right, let's move on. Legalized Littens. This thing is terrifying. These two right at the front, terrifying. Actual horror movie villain is those two first Pokemon combined. Anyways, also the fact that Monkey Dory is here just makes me slightly uncomfortable. But
What do you think about the Torracat pick?
The Torracat pick is wrong.
It's
Because
wrong,
it should be Litten, because that's the
Dude, fuck
mascot.
off. Don't argue semantics.
well, I would like to see them if the Torracat pick is not wrong and it's just there because mascot, I want to see it brought to a game. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Otherwise, I feel like a lot of these Pokemon, other than Blissey, didn't even know Blissey was. Why is Blissey here?
Because we needed a special wall, and
Chat,
we were working on the team together. Shut up.
we've
Blissey was my recommendation.
identified another team that
I did not make this team,
Cuthbert has
okay?
made.
I helped. I supported the team. Hell made this team, okay?
All right, this team is terrifying, and
Yeah,
I
this
will
team is
let you talk
scary.
about why.
Yeah, so... Yeah, Iron Valiant Goldango Salamence is a fucking horrifying core
Actual
for
nightmare.
anybody to deal with.
Actual nightmare.
Like, yeah, this is like... It's so hard to deal with all three of those Pokemon at the same time. Especially since, like, their individual traits make the others so much stronger. Like, Goldango keeping hazards up is so insane for Iron Valiant. And, like, Iron Valiant removing other dragons is great for Salamence. And, like they just work so well together. They've got, like, good defensive options with Umbreon and Blissey. Sandy Shocks is a great Pokemon on this team. It's your electric switch in, and it can set up hazards and is decently strong. Like, this team just very rarely, like, actually slows down. But it can play a slower game if it brings, like, Umbreon and Blissey to a game, right? And, like, slow down and take it at their own pace and start throwing out Toxics and shit. Because, like, the more these things get toxic, the easier it is for, like, Iron Valiant or D-Dance Salamence to just clean up endgame. Like, overall, like, this team is scary. It doesn't have a lot of pivoting, but I think that's okay for a team like this. This team is fucking terrifying, and, it'll be a nightmare for anybody to deal with consistently.
Yeah, I think it's on my schedule too, which terrifies me.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. But, anything else you have to say?
No, that's it.
All right, this team, fucking scary.
Yeah.
And I think this actually might be the last team of the draft.
Yeah, this
If
is
I'm
the
not
last team of
wrong.
the draft.
The Michigan Nickets. I don't know. I like Delmize. We already ran out, in the Discord. We went on a rant about Rillaboom.
It's really
Is-
good
does
on this
there-
team. I don't know what to
Okay,
tell you.
genuine question. Does Zeraora have a movie? Chat. Does Zeraora have a movie? Because if it does, I'm actually gonna rant. I'm actually gonna riot. I think.
Let me check. I don't even
Someone
know.
check. Oh my god.
Oh, it does have a movie. Wow.
Where is my movie? Where is my movie? Where is my movie? I'm so funny.
Dude, we're making a movie about Cunty Regirock before we're making a movie about you.
I could play Cunty Regirock in the live action. That's all I'm saying. Okay. I could be that character.
Dude, you gotta go as Cunty Regirock for Halloween, alright?
You still go for Halloween?
Yeah?
That's crazy. I get dressed up, but I ain't going anywhere.
Well, okay.
Which is arguably more,
You know what I
more
fucking meant,
arguably more sad.
yeah. Like, damn. No friends.
No, this team is scary. This team is scary. I think it's actually really good.
Oh yeah, no, I really like this team.
Yeah. So tell us, why is this team so good? And why does Zeraora have a movie? Continue.
I can't answer that second one. I don't know. But for the first question, this team just has very solid type cores, right? Like, the Dragon Fairy Steel core with Roaring Moon, Primarina, and Mega Scizor is so hard for a lot of teams to deal with and break through. Roaring Moon itself is just a very scary Pokemon, and Mega Scizor and Landorus Therian to get it in safely, it loves those two as its partners. Especially since Landorus Therian can also deal with a lot of Roaring Moon's checks. Salazzle is a great Pokemon, great Fairy switch-in. Like, this team has no other Fairy weaknesses outside of Roaring Moon, which is exactly how it should be. Like, that is a great way to support Roaring Moon. It has switch-ins for, like, every single type. Like, it's just insane how much this team can, like, support each other.
This team is legitimately crazy.
There's plenty of hazards, like U-turns all over the place. Plenty of these Pokemon have knockoffs, so they're constantly making progress no matter what. Honestly, this is probably one of the best teams we've gone over.
Is that canon? Chat, is that canon? Chat, is that... Did that come straight from Game Freak? Was that a message straight from Game Freak?
Yeah, I think so.
This message is actually hurtful. I think this message has ruined me.
Oh, I just saw that. That's fucked up.
This chat
That
has
is
ruined
fucked
me
up.
emotionally. Anyways, are you
That
ready for
is-
the next page?
That is insanely fucked up. Why would you say that?
This team is terrifying. Anyways, it's time for the Sapphire Snipes, and now you please remember.
Woohoo.
The Ruby Snipes list was insanely long. But, let's see how Sapphire compares. It's fucking nothing, dude. It's like, legitimately, it's fucking nothing.
It's so much less than the
It's
Ruby.
so much less. I'm just gonna be so for real. I could be Inteleon, wait.
I could be Inteleon.
I could do a pose, wait.
No, you had it.
Look at this.
No, you got this. You got this. Come on.
Let's fucking go, dude. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, iconic. The Scolipede Snipe was so brutal. I felt really bad because my first two picks of the draft were Snipes. That felt really bad. I got a follow for that pose. Let's be so for real. I got a follow for that pose.
Let's
Thank
go,
you.
dude.
Thank
That's
you for the follow.
That's real.
Play the Germa sound effect. Play the Germa sound effect. It was really sad. I think I felt bad because my first two picks were Snipes. I didn't snipe for the rest of for the rest of the draft, it just felt really shitty that my first two were mons that
Look,
I wanted.
that's just how it is sometimes. I don't know what to tell
Though I
you.
still have not forgiven Ellie for sniping Tinkaton from me and making it so that my team had no fairy types. That sucked.
Damn, that's
That
rough.
actually sucked. If you think Togedemaru was planned, you're crazy. If you think taking that mon, no bit, like let's lower the mask for a second. If you think taking that Pokemon was planned, you're crazy. That was desperation at its finest, okay? But yeah. Not nearly as many snipes for this one. But it's time to move on to the snipes podium. As you can see up here. Oh, actually I'm covering it, so I am going to go over here. There were 42 individual snipes and 49 total snipes, which means so many people sniped Pokemon from just one person that it's sad. It almost feels targeted in a way, this many individual snipes and then that many total. Also, as you can see up here, unfortunately, a casualty. No way to confirm this, but we believe Liz was the most sniped player of the draft. With, I believe, 6 of their picks being sniped. More than half of their team. Actually so tragic. To start off, third place.
The bronze Nickit.
We got 3 snipes. 3 snipes in total. Which was Kel, myself, Sir Knight, San Lotano, and Galaxy with 3 snipes each.
Very good.
Claps in chat.
Congratulations for
Claps in chat.
these people for sniping the shit out of people.
Fourth place. We got Ellie and Sky.
Ellie and
Ellie.
Sky both with
4 snipes apiece.
Ellie, you hurt me very dearly. I'm just gonna let you know.
You hurt me very badly.
You hurt me.
I don't know
You
if I
hurt, you
can
hurt me on a
believe you.
personal level with that Tinkaton, and I'm still not over it. Still not over it. And
It will happen again.
number 1, the most prolific sniper in the
The
ODL.
golden Nickit.
Echo with 5 snipes.
5
Echo,
snipes. Echo
how does it
with
feel-
the
how
most
does it feel-
snipes in the league.
How does it feel to be the most morally bankrupt player in the league? Tell me. How does it feel to be the meanest, most mean-spirited, kicks dogs player in the league?
I'd like to
Tell
thank
me.
Corvin Knight for this honor.
Oh my god. 3
I
with 1
respect
mon
it.
is so crazy. 3 with 1 mon
I know,
is so
that's
crazy.
just wild.
But yeah, with that, we would like to say thank you.
Thank you
you.
all for coming.
Thank you to everybody for participating. We wouldn't be able to have a draft with a draft league without the players. And a special thanks to the admins, especially Omen for tracking the snipes, and Crystal for carrying half the draft teams.
I do
But
my
yeah.
best.
Let's head all the way back to O2L draft summary, an extensive review. And when I said extensive, I did not know it meant however the fuck long this has been. How long has it been?
3.5
hours? Yeah, that's crazy. But, you know, we get by.
I'm not sorry.
He's back! He's back for round 2!
He's back. There he is.
He's back. My guy is here. Hold up. I wonder if I can get him. If I do this.
The king returns.
I'm gonna like Mario jump him. Ooh.
Yeah.
It's like a block.
All right. How are you gonna do that?
I'm not. Okay, wait.
You're not. Wait.
I'm
Go
gonna try
back to
and
Zane.
stomp him. I'm gonna try.
Go back. To...
We run it back.
Run it back.
Uh-oh. Okay. I hit the combo move again.
All right, here we go. Here we go. One more for the people. For the people.
It's not mean-spirited. This is not rude. This is a special request.
No, this is for the culture. Come on, we got this.
This is for the culture. This is for the culture. Oh.
Yeah, charge it up.
Get him out of here.
Let's go. Let's fucking go. Get him out of here.
Oh.
Whoa, he's back? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
All right, thank you all for,
Thank you everybody for
showing up.
coming. Thank you everybody for coming to the stream. And now, one thing I would like to show you all, which many of you, if you've been here before, you know how this is done. But we always end the stream with a special song. Let me pull it up real quick.
I'm not singing.
Oh, you're not singing. Of course you're not singing. Are you?
Yeah, of
stupid?
course I'm
have
not
you never
singing.
Been to one? Have you? When was the last time you've been to one of my streams, huh?
Dude, it's been at least 5 years. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah. Get yourself supportive friends like this, chat.
Dude, what do you want me to do? I was busy being depressed. I was busy being a hole in my life.
I didn't say all that. Ellie's fucking emote, dude.
Dude, this is the best emote.
That shit fucks me up every time. Oh my god.
Alright, goodbye everybody.
I have to pull my microphone back in.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for yelling at all of you throughout the stream. I normally don't yell.
I'm not. I will do it
nearly as
again.
much.
Even though I've
And
been
also-
very deadpan the entire stream, except for that one time where I saw 8 fucking ground weaknesses. That shocked me to my core. I'm gonna be real.
I have to bring my fucking chair back.
Yeah, you got a lot to do.
I don't even have audio right now. I'm not even gonna lie to you, chat.
I could not hear a word you just said.
I don't even have audio. Oh my god! Well, I'll figure it out afterwards. Good night, chat.